All right, so it says we're live. Okay, so this is going to be a very strange one today. Hello, everybody out there. Everybody's already here. So what's going on today is that we have, we're in person, most of us, except for Antoinette. So we're all in person. So Robbie and Shaz, we're all in the same room. And we also have a Frank in the same room. But what we're doing at the moment is we're using multiple different laptops and stuff like that. So we're not using PTT right now. So what's am I coming out of your phone speaker? Is this Shaz?
Yeah.
Okay, can you put the volume down as much as possible?
Yeah, if that's the case, you're the only person I can hear then, so that's fine. I won't be able to hear Antoinette.
Well, you know when Antoinette's talking. She'll just be mouthing on the thing. So, okay, we've already got a Facebook user in there. I'm just gonna do our usual and click on this. This is going to be ridiculously hilarious because you're going to hear so many different echoes of shit as we play the game. Now, one person who is also in the room that you cannot see is Frank, but that's because Frank can't remember any of his passwords
as usual.
And he's using one of my spare laptops. So Frank is here, but he's on his way.
We hope.
you can hear him on my mic there behind me. So hello there, Facebook user. I don't know who you are right now, so I'm just trying to get logged in here. See if we can see who's who.
We got a double Robbie.
We got a double Robbie.
Well, I'm doing my screen share.
Oh, Robbie's doing a screen share. Okay. Well, for today's game, we won't be using that too much, so which is a good thing because we're all in person. We'll be using imaginations, I hope. So, can someone, Robbie, can you pull up the Facebook feed just so we can see the Facebook comments, or not the Facebook comments, more so who is making comments, so we don't just see Facebook user. Oh, it's Zap. He's identified himself. And scroll down here. Right. Yeah, I got this going. And now I have to mute this. Okay. So yeah. Hearing myself in multiple places, which is great. So I'm just gonna turn myself down here for a second. The person, you guys all need to be able to hear me, so you guys let me know in the comments if the actual feed is causing problems. More than likely there will be a little bit of an echo. But the person we do need to be able to hear for us all, the reason we're all wearing headphones today is Antoinette. So Antoinette, if we don't hear you, you're gonna have to like wave and go, listen to me, because we've turned off our headphones. But if we also don't like what you're coming up with, we'll just mute our headphones. So the only person who should have a live mic right now is Antoinette. Right, okay, so Colonel O'Neill has knocked off her camera for the minute, but she is still here. Frank's playing. Frank's being asked by the computer to make sure he's not a robot. Frank, are you a robot?
I could possibly be right now.
Computer, stop. Even Alexa's listening, but not Frank. So, previously on, I'm just gonna. Oh, there's Shaz's hand. Right, so I'm just gonna remove everybody from the stream while I do. So I'm gonna do the previously on. Okay, do you guys remember anything at all? No, good thing I remember things about storylines. All right, so previously on Star Trek Cuchulain. When we last left our intrepid crew, we were working with Beta Shift, and Beta Shift were on the bridge, and they were battling as much as they could against all sorts of spatial distortions in the planet's atmosphere, and as they were doing their best to try and break through and deal with Cardassians, a a massive energy surge came all the way across space and hit the ship. And suddenly the Beta Shift found themselves on board the bridge of the USS Nova while it was still in dock at the Utopia Planitia Yards. And as they sat there, realizing where they were, on the bridge walked Admiral Paris and Commander Benjamin Sisko before he moved to Deep Space Nine. And they had a wee little conversation together. And the crew realized that they were no longer on the Cuchulain. They were on the USS Nova. So that's the last time we left Beta Shift. However, tonight we're going to be playing with Alpha Shift. And when we last left Alpha Shift, they were racing across an exploding planet with lava fields on all sides of them, with a strangely intelligent fire tornado that was chasing them. Sharon was coming back from dropping off Commodore O'Shea and Elaine to a conference, Elaine Whelan. So in her shuttlecraft, she was passing through a certain area of space and picked up a Cardassian patrol on her 6. And as she raced towards the Cuchulain, they didn't open fire, but they tried to trap her with a tractor beam. And using her piloting skills with her evasive maneuvers, she managed to evade Cardassian capture. However, she was knocked into the turbulent atmosphere of the planet Felina 3, which our game is being played. She hit the atmosphere at full speed and nearly burned up, but she regained control of the shuttlecraft and managed to angle the craft to abate the massive and serious amounts of heat being generated, and put the shuttle on a glide slope, but still managed to save herself, but not the shuttle, which impacted on the surface. As she managed to guide the shuttle towards the Argo with the rest of the crew on board, Sharon piled the shuttlecraft into the ground, but managed to make an epic exit as the back door of the shuttle still magically still worked, and she made this epic exit from the shuttle with, like, steam and coolant and all sorts of stuff, and Sharon walked out unscathed. Frank hopped out of the driver's seat of the Argo, swapped over with Robbie, allowed Sharon to get into a very overcrowded Argo 4x4, and by the grace of the Bajoran gods, they skidded off as the fire tornado and a Cardassian ship came in, as the patrol craft itself managed to make it through the atmosphere. And began to fire its phasers, but not directly at them. It seemed to be trying to corral them more so than destroy them. Now, you got to remember that in this particular setup, the Federation is currently at war with the Cardassian Union. So the hostilities are still a thing with the Cardassians. So as the Cardassians swooped in, there's a fire tornado on their ass. Frank was on the side of the Argo, riding the rails. Morgan Dean was in the back, still unconscious from that spider venom, that spider bite he picked up weeks ago, actually months ago at this stage for our real lives. And Lieutenant Christopher is in the back with Morgan. But the ride became so violent, and Robbie was doing his utmost to avoid phaser fire, lava explosions, and a very narrow ridge on which to drive. Finally, the Waverider with myself, my character, Jon, as the pilot, managed to swoop in, banked around the fire tornado, realized that I just didn't have the firepower to take on a Cardassian patrol craft and the fire tornado. So I used the phasers to burrow a tunnel, steep tunnel underneath the lava flow, deep into the crust, because we found the sensor scans found that underneath the surface was a massive warren of tunnels. So as the Waverider created a massive trench of phaser drilling for the Argo to drive down and into to get away from the Cardassians and the fire tornado, Robbie did his best. They entered the tunnel, but the tunnel began to collapse instantly, and they were bounced around so much. Frank was hit by falling debris and came off the rails. Morgan in the back was bounced out of the Argo. Robbie holding desperately onto the steering wheel. Sharon holding on to the rails on the inside. Lieutenant Christopher also on the inside with Antoinette bouncing around the place. Robbie, seeing a solid wall coming up ahead of him, managed to try to stop the Argo and turned it into put it into a skidding turn. But the speed was just too much, and it flipped over, and the roll cage is what saved them as they rolled over and over and over and came to a crashing rest against a rock wall underground. So as debris and as darkness and debris and dust settles all around them, Sharon, Robbie, Antoinette, and Lieutenant Christopher are all in the Argo, doing their best to figure out what's happened. Now, Robbie is conscious, and he is on the ground with his palm beacon out. Sharon is upside down in her restraints. Cleverly enough, she put on her seatbelt, and so did Lieutenant Christopher. Antoinette also has fallen out of the Argo, but she's okay. But we do have two missing crew members somewhere in the debris back in the tunnels somewhere. So with that, and you've seen them already. The people I can introduce you to this evening on Alpha Shift who are playing remotely today. We have Antoinette. Hi, Antoinette. And I need to change the background picture. I'll do that in a second. Playing in person in the same room with me, causing microphone echoes and stuff. We have Robbie. And also sitting beside Robbie out today, we have Sharon. So hello everybody, welcome along. And Frank is about to throw my other laptop out the window because he's not being. What are you trying to log into?
My Vespasian account.
Frank's trying to log into his emails. So I mean, this happens when people get into the middle of their 50s. So he needs to get into StreamYard, the code. So Robbie has now, as in his engineering capacity, has decided to get up, and he's going to help Frank. So hello to everybody out there. Evening to Andrew Brannigan from Beta Shift, and hello to Andy Quinn. So thank you guys for joining us live, and to everybody else out there. It's great to have you along for our live session. Now let me see here if I can get my laptop will actually if the internet's here will let us continue on. So Brannigan says Cuchulain says no, but Cuchulain says no. So with those technical difficulties, I have to wear my headset so I can hear Antoinette when she speaks. So Sharon is intently staring at Robbie and Frank going, what the absolute fuck? You got to remember, Frank is in his 50s. He was used to the BBC Spectrum type of computers. So they're not exactly his forte. He prefers the Xbox, but, can't do this on an Xbox. So let's deal firstly, error 404. Oh, this is getting even better for the guys. So we've got Antoinette and Sharon. Hang on, I have to knock off my own. I'm hearing an echo. Too many echoes here. Right, so Sharon and Antoinette. Shaz, you're groggily, you're waking up You're upside down in the back seat of the Argo. You feel a slight bruising or pain on your shoulders because the restraints that have happily kept you in the Argo are keeping you still in the Argo upside down. The same for you, Antoinette. You're upside down with your cleverly having put your seatbelt on, and so what do you guys do while Robbie attempts to figure out computer systems in real life?
The joys of working in IT.
The joys of I'm running the game, so like otherwise I'd be over there with Frank, doing my best to get. Oh, Robbie's got him close to. Oh, we may have a Frank. We have a Frank. Look at that. Yay! We have a Frank. Brilliant. Okay, so Frank is now in the game. And you know what I have to do, Robbie? Can you angle those lights on Frank and the one above his head just to give him an extra bit of light?
Enough light, I think.
So you're in a very dark. You can see me in the background first. There's me. So you can spin around, Frank. You can spin around and have me in the background there with the complicated setup. There we go. So Robbie, can you get that light there and just point it down on top of him? That's better. Just get a shine on his head. So it's a bit of a behind the scenes setup here with Frank, and you can see the delay between my camera and Frank's camera. Isn't that great?
So what about seeing the game?
Give me a sec. Turn off the camera for a sec.
Yeah. Turn off the camera. So anyway, while we're doing the setup things here, I'm going to change the background shot because it is not.
Same again. Full open the link.
It is not episode 8. It is episode 9. So as we're hang on, we've lost Frank. So we'll remove Frank and Robbie from the shot as they're doing their things. Brand. And I shall add a new background. So, Shaz, what are you guys doing? What do you guys want to do?
I think we should try and get the others in comms. We look around. We obviously see that we're missing Frank and Morgan.
Shaz is having problems with the light here, so I now have to log into.
Nope, we're good to go.
Phillips Hue.
There we are. We're good to go. Sorry.
You happy?
Yeah. No.
We've lost your picture. We've lost your picture.
Yeah, give it a second. It should come back.
There we go. Just a little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, just a delay from the phone.
Which light is giving you problems, Shaz?
It's that one up there, Robbie knows.
This one?
Yeah, it's going straight into my eyeballs. Thank you.
Okay, so no.
Thank you.
Figure that one. No, I've got to go through all my lights here on the phone. No, not that one. It's this one. No, why are they not low numbers? Anyway, the fun things here.
Now. Thank you.
For feck's sake, why is it the one? It's always the last one you find.
No, it's fine. Thank you. Oh, that's good.
So, can we still see Sharon? Does she have a decent light on her?
Yeah.
We'll find out now in a second. But what we can do, Shaz, is instead of having it as a white light, we can change the color for you.
No, it's just that it's so close to my eyes.
Right, okay. So, and then we can do that for you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's Sharon's lighting situation fixed up. So, Antoinette, what are you doing?
I look around. I obviously see Frank and Morgan are missing, so I'll try and hail them on comms first of all.
Okay, you get no response.
No response. Okay. Sharon, are you okay? First of all, to everybody else, who else is missing?
I think I'm still slightly groggy, still upside down, and any chance you could release the buckles and get me out?
You can release your own buckle.
I thought you said I was unconscious.
Oh yeah, you're unconscious. Oh yeah, that's right. Sharon's unconscious. I forgot that. Never mind the games master. He doesn't know what he's doing.
So I release myself carefully.
And you slide onto the ground. Okay.
And then I try and get Sharon down as well.
Okay, so you're going up, and the buckle releases, and you catch Sharon, and you ease her down.
Put up our body strength there.
Do a few press ups while I'm at it.
Yeah. Okay. Hope everybody out there can stand the echoes that are going on. So let us know how the echoes are, if they're too bad or something, and we'll do some technical stuff as Robbie and Frank try and figure out the other stuff over there because Frank doesn't know his passwords. We're gonna have to get Frank with a password book, aren't we, Frank?
Little black book to write them all down in.
little black book.
There's no point in getting him anything secure that he needs to get into.
Thanks, Brannigan, for Zap for letting us know how the sound is out there. So it's at least it's not a problem for you guys. So I can deal with it myself. Right. So we also have a hello from Yassel Lopez. Yassel, I believe you're out in Puerto Rico. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. That's where Yassel is, isn't it? Puerto Rico, guys. So welcome along. Thanks for joining us from the other side of the Atlantic. I think that's where you are. So shout out to you guys for joining us. Okay, so Shaz and Antoinette, you're on the ground. It's dark, it's stuffy. Antoinette, what can you do? Lieutenant Christopher lets herself out of the out of her seat as well, and she comes over to help you with Sharon. She pops out her medical tricorder, and what do you guys want to do?
Use the tricorder just to do a scan in the immediate area for the life signs to see if we can find out where the missing crew members are behind the wall. Obviously, we can see that there's fallen rocks behind the wall.
Well, you can't see anything because it's dark.
Okay. You don't have supersonic
Good
eyeballs.
answer.
Oh, can you not
Just use
Bluetooth
the
that one
tricorder
to
scan them.
the laptop? So, here, Frank. Hang on. Let's see. Robbie, can you see if Turtle Beach 800 is in the Bluetooth?
Yeah.
All right, Robbie, that's the 800 there. Should already be connected, I hope. All right. Can you hear us, Frank?
Yeah, that's what
Can you hear us, Frank?
Oh, certainly can.
There
you go. So,
There
Frank,
you go. So, Frank,
how many echoes?
how many
have you
echoes?
got? Very many. Loads. There's somebody poking at my ear.
Hang on. You've got them on backwards.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
No. Try again.
Cool.
All right. So we got Frank, and we got Robbie. Okay. Whew. That only took half an hour, 25 minutes to sort out. It's all right. It's good. It's so warm today that we're all, well, some of us are wearing our undershirts. Myself and Robbie are sporting Stephen Lynch's new Cuchulain badge. So delta shaped harp upside down, which is really cool. So yeah, well done to Stephen Lynch for that. You can jump onto Will Wade's Etsy store or get in touch with Stephen via the Cuchulain, because I think he's done a damn fine job with creating them in 3D, and they're nice matte gold as well, so they're a bit more like what they'd use on set. So yeah, happy with those. So myself and Robbie are wearing our undershirts with a new Cuchulain badge, which is quite nice. So yeah, well done to Stephen for doing that. Oh, hang on, Frank's lights has gone out. Right, so Shaz is lying on the ground. She's unconscious. What is Robbie doing?
Pull out the tricorder.
Right, Robbie also pulls out the tricorder. Antoinette pulls out her tricorder and she's scanning for. Oh, we lost Shaz. She pulls out a tricorder looking for life signs. So make sure it's on Fenrir there, Shaz.
It is.
Cool. All right.
That keeps kicking me out, sorry.
And I hope there's enough. Why is Captain for Frank yearning? What's that, Frank?
That's
Emergency typing.
Very quick emergency typing is what that was.
Right. So guys, so what are we doing? What are we doing here? What's going on? So I'm just shining it. So what's going on? Who's doing what?
I'm unconscious. I'm good.
So
I'm
Shaz,
scanning for life signs.
you're scanning for life signs. So give me a little tricorder roll there, Robbie and Antoinette.
Difficulty of?
It's difficulty of 1. Robbie's going so we're rolling dice in person here today. This is amazing. Except for Antoinette, you have to trust Antoinette. The only reason we need
And
Roll
except for me
20
because
today
it's
is
over
fine.
there.
Huh?
And except for me because the dice are over there.
No, the dice are right here.
Oh, you have them as well. Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah. It looks like I've done this before. All I have to do is like hand Frank the dice over his head like that when he needs to roll.
John, what attributes and disciplines?
Right. So you would be for a scientific scanning roll. It would be security and tactical, helmet navigation, conflict reference,
Science and reason.
so yeah, communications, internal systems, repair, store, assist, writing, override. Where's the sensors? Ah, yes. Right. So sensor sweep. Yeah, reason and science.
Cool. 1 success.
Yeah, reason and science. 1 success. Okay.
2 successes. For
2 successes. So here, Rob, here's some of the quick reference stuff. What do you got? Right. So yes. So in the distance, you see some minor life signs. You see that the tunnels ahead are quite expansive, and you see multiple lower life form.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course you can.
These minor life signs. Now, are they minors or minors?
They're
Just
minors, not
we need to clarify.
minors.
Are you sure? You know what I love about this particular position
What's that?
is the special effects I can apply.
Frank, you're not flying the ship right now. What am I? I'm in the back of tactical or something. And Frank's shot.
Red alert! Red alert!
You can swivel that any way you want, Frank. If you get on, he's Robbie, can you help Frank? He's a bit out of focus.
Oh, hang on.
No, I'm all right. No, I'm all right.
That's an Irish whiskey that Frank's drinking there.
Ah, it's grand, so it is.
Just literally wave your hand in front of the camera.
Is it? No, it's Frank's one. Is it automatic or is it a dial?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
automatic.
if you just sat still and wasn't messing like that.
Yeah, so it's an automatic one. Okay. Oh, there we go.
See, Frank.
Yeah.
See you now.
So we have minor life signs on sensors.
Minor life signs on. Thank you, Robbie, for keeping me on track. That's what Robbie's good at. Keep John on track. Right now, yes, there are not minor life signs in the tunnels up ahead. There's quite a lot of interference with the rock because there's active lava. Every now and again, the ground shifts, and that classic bit of dust trickles down. You feel it more so than see it because all that's illuminating this little area at the moment is the LEDs from your tricorders. So everyone's got anyone who's a tricorder, literally just their face is being illuminated as they try and scan the locality. So off in the distance, you can also see there's a couple of stronger heartbeats off in the warren of caves, but you can't quite see a route to them at the moment.
Grand. I'm going to pop over and actually just give Shaz a quick scan and make sure she's not, dead.
Yes, yeah, okay, grand. So you give Sharon a quick scan. She's not dead. She's very much alive. She's got bumps and bruises, but in game terms, she's not bruised as in game terms. She's just she's got the odd visible actual bruise, a bit of a bump to the noggin. But as she rolled in the last game, she's perfectly okay. She's just not with us right now. So you could go searching through the Argo to see what's on board, or what do you want to do?
We should
Yeah,
have med
give
kits.
the Argo. Go on, Antoinette, sorry.
There should be med kits because I know I definitely brought extra med kits as well when we left the ship. So we should check for med kits and then we'll try and treat Sharon then.
Okay. So you check, you see the med kits, and yeah. So Antoinette, just so while I'm talking, I can't hear myself. When you talk, I'm just going to pop the earphones on and off for that. Okay. So make sure that you shout loud and enunciate. Oh, there, we've got some feedback there, which has.
It wasn't me, it was Robbie.
She's complaining she can't hear Antoinette.
I can't do it. I just want to stare and stay unconscious.
Well, we'll take a break in about half an hour, and I'll be able to sort something out for you, Sharon.
I'm fine, thank you. I'll stay unconscious. I'll just stop touching shit.
Right, so you're scanning away. There's a couple of emergency med kits that Antoinette was clever enough to bring with you. So what do you guys want to do with that? You can go into the boot and find the med kits.
Antoinette, my medical skills aren't great, so
Yeah. No, I have emergency medicine, so I'm probably the best suited for this situation. Yeah. So just obviously, use a medical tricorder, see if we can see what's wrong with Sharon, and then treat her as necessary.
Okay. All right. So you guys pull out your the medical tricorder, and you see that there's a recommendation on the tricorder that she might have a small minor concussion, but you can probably wake her up with 10 cc's of naked upazine.
We will do that.
Can I have some of that? Can I have some of that? Make it up, Azine.
no, you're under a rock fall.
Would say, "Wake up, Sharon!"
You're not dead the last time.
Frank's the one that's not actually here. You know, Frank's the one that's missing in a tunnel somewhere.
Dead.
So
He's chatting to the miners.
Frank's one of the miners. Right, so you pull out. So Antoinette, you pull out a you pull out hypo spray. Thank you for letting me know what that word was. My brain thinks a million things at once. So you take out a hypo spray. You put in the old colored vial. You press it against Sharon's neck. And Sharon slowly and groggily wakes up. So as Robbie's fixing something else for Frank. Oh, right, okay. Oh, you knocked off his mic. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's nice to have someone else who knows about IT in the room. Okay, so for Shaz, you start groggily waking up, and you see you blink in the almost darkness. You see a couple of tricorders are knocking around, are giving like colored lights, and it's all dancing off the walls of the area. And you feel that your shoulders are a little bit tight, and you come to the slow realization that it was to do with the to do it using the seatbelts. But you can stand up, and you have Antoinette and Lieutenant Christopher and Robbie. Robbie stands up and continues to scan the cave while Lieutenant Christopher and Antoinette take care of you. You notice that Frank and Morgan are not present. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I don't know. I think do we need to see, can we find Frank? Are we looking for Frank, or do we just assume he's dead and we don't care?
We should activate the plan. Do we have plan lights that we can activate so we can see better where we are?
Sorry, Antoinette, I record, but I just can't hear anything. I think I've gone dead.
We do have a couple of palm beacons that we could set up. I have one already, kind of flashing around. But
okay, so Robbie has his tricorder and his palm beacon knocking around. Okay, cool. And anyone else? So Sharon seems to be okay. She's sitting up. You hand her a ration pack of water. She's like pointing to her ear, going, "I think I've gone deaf. What? I can't hear you, Antoinette. Maybe my ears." She tries and pops her ears a couple of times because she can't hear Antoinette. Right. So, Robbie, what? So there's you have multiple life signs, minor life signs, and you've got a couple of stronger ones off in the distance. You get some walls. You also get some other type of readings. You can't quite pinpoint them, but there's more than two minor life more than two less than minor life signs coming up on the tricorder.
Are they distinguishable enough to say whether or not they're human, or
you can see that they're humanoid? Yes, you can see that they're humanoid.
Okay. Rough direction or rough bearing from where we are at the moment?
It seems to be so. If you're facing the if you're at the front of the Argo came in, slid and turned and flipped over on its side. The tunnel entrance is to your left. There's a wall to your right. And the cave seems to continue on directly in front of you, the nose of the Argo.
Okay, and the life signs themselves, are they back towards the collapse where we came in, or back further deep in the tunnel?
They're off. They seem to be off on like to the front left.
Sharon, are you up to walking at the moment, or are you? I know you can't hear anything.
Yeah, I can walk.
Sharon, you walk?
Hi, Robbie. Yes, I think I can walk.
Okay, cool. Okay. All right, great.
Slowly, I've got little legs.
All right. So, okay. So Sharon can walk, and so can Antoinette. So Robbie, you continue to scan ahead, and you move forward down the tunnel.
Before we do, I'm gonna pull the phasers out of the Argo.
I thought you were going to say you pull the phasers out of your arse.
No, we pull the phasers out of the Argo. I think we've one rifle and a couple of Type 2s.
Yeah.
Hand the rifle to Psychopath over here. And toss Antoinette a Type 2 and put one on my own belt.
Okay, cool. All right. So so no phasers for anybody else.
I don't trust Flora with a phaser.
Well, she doesn't. She's fine. Maybe she has her Type 1 in her little hidden pocket. But yeah. So you move on down the tunnel, and you move about 10 meters down, and everyone make a perception roll, which would be a presence and security. Presence and security. Yep, two D20s. Okay, and Antoinette has got no successes. Antoinette notices nothing. 2 successes for Robbie and 2 successes for Shaz. No successes for Shaz. Okay, Sharon notices nothing, but Robbie, with his keen senses, hears skittering down one of the tunnels ahead. And you notice that close by one of the minor life signs seems to be moving closer to you.
I'm just going to signal Antoinette and Sharon and Flora because I kind of forgot she was here.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm muted. I'm going to signal Sharon and Antoinette and Flora that there is a minor life sign moving towards us.
Okay.
And just going to say, yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but judging by the noise that it's making, it seems to be one of those spiders.
Okay, all right. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue down, hold fire, or what's up?
Thoughts, suggestions? Because we've seen it take down We've seen those spiders take us down fairly quickly.
Didn't we emit some frequency from the Argo the last time that killed the spiders? Or deterred them anyway? Isn't that what Lieutenant
A
Christopher?
resonance frequency or something.
That's it. Flora had a resonance frequency from one of the tricorders.
Okay, all right. So Flora goes, "Oh yeah," and reminds herself of that. So she goes back into her tricorder and tries to find the right file. So she goes through and begins to code the resonance pulse. She emits the resonance pulse, and it goes out. There's a bit of a screaming, and you feel a bit of pressure on the walls with the resonance pulse because it is slightly sonic. So within a contained space, it affects you guys just as much as it affects the others, but not as much. You can stand it, but you wouldn't be able to stand it for too long. So she figures that it's not a good idea for you guys to leave it on or anything like that. It's something that you have to turn on turn on and off. Otherwise, everyone else will be crippled except for Sharon because she's deaf. But not actually. Sharon's only deaf because we don't have earphones for her to be able to hear Antoinette. So she's selectively deaf. She can hear everyone else except Antoinette.
Robbie keeps muting me as well, so I don't think I'm allowed to talk either.
Well, in fairness, Sharon, the big mic that I have above me would be able to pick you up anyway. So everybody out there will hear you from across the room. So, and not you, Frank. You stay quiet. In fact, Frank, you're not even here. So,
Dead.
Goodbye.
He's definitely dead.
I might be the only one hearing music.
Yes.
You hear music?
Yeah. Turn off Spotify.
Are you? Frank, okay, Frank's hearing music for some reason. What are you listening to?
What sort of music is it?
What have you got on?
I didn't touch anything.
Let me listen. What's it?
Yeah, you're earphones.
Are they connected to your phone, John?
Rock and roll from Spotify running.
I didn't switch anything on.
You did. You hit your ears, which is play on my phone. So you've got my iTunes running.
It's been good music.
You were listening to American Graffiti, the best of the 50s.
Actually, do me a favor. Press play on that again. It was keeping him quiet.
There you go, Frank. So Frank's now happily listening.
Keep that going.
Frank's happily listening to Chuck Berry. So, all right, okay. Getting back to it. By the way, hello to PJ out there who says, "Greeting, guy." He's watching out there on the YouTubes. Good to have this back in action. Best of luck in the game and with any technical difficulties. Yeah, well, we're just full of them today. One of the technical difficulties is Frank hearing things. So Frank's hearing things and Shaz isn't hearing anything. So we're all having great fun in regards to that. I'm just going to rearrange everybody's window so it's a bit more like in keeping with how the room is laid out. Because Frank, Robbie and Shaz, just put your hands over each other's shots. There's there you go. That just proves that they're in the same room. Okay, so Frank is hearing things in the cave. Should we be worried medically? Oh, well, I think so. Whenever Frank is having problems, we should be worried medically. Right, so next, so that you've set off the resonance pulse. It's a sonic pulse. So she sends off a short pulse as you realize that the more the pulse is on, the more pain it inflicts on yourselves. So it does work, but you can't just leave the tricorder running. Okay, so you notice, Robbie, on your tricorder that the minor life signs moves away a short distance. And then stops. So you guys have the tunnels to yourself again. So what's next?
Shall we keep moving, guys?
Yeah, keep going forward.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where Frank is.
Wants to keep moving. Okay.
While we're moving down the tunnels, John, I'm gonna have I suppose, a cartographic function running on the tricorder, trying to map out the tunnels as we go.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. You got it. So, do you want a pen and paper so you can do that yourself?
Please.
Okay. All right.
There's no hurry finding me, guys. There's a kick. These miners have a kick-ass soundtrack on.
Are you not dead?
Frank, you also don't have to shout. You're like right there. You don't have to shout at us. You're like 2 feet away.
I'm definitely still here.
Antoinette, did you say you tried to contact someone on the comm badge earlier? Sorry, while I was off doing tech support.
I tried to contact Frank and Morgan to see if I could communicate with them, but there was no answer.
You want a pen?
I have to call John and shit or anything else.
You prefer pencil? Left me pencils somewhere else.
Then a pen is fine.
Right.
If you said I had a preference. What pen is fine?
There's a pencil. Robbie, there's some paper. So let me see if we can find Chaz a pencil, because we're so prepared for being in person.
Here you go, pencil.
There you go.
Yes.
Bing. All right. So now we have pens and pencils. Right. Cool. Right. So you've got. Do you need to? Is that sharp enough, Robbie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've got. So you've got the crash site of the Argo, and you've got. You've headed off from the nose of the Argo, and you've come to a T junction. And at the T junction to the right, you've heard skittering sounds. And off to your front left on a 45 is a larger, stronger heartbeat. Okay, so we're moving on from the new position to continue on. So what are you up to? So which way do you want to go? Which way do you want to go?
Left to right, guys. Better.
Can we scan and see which is the best way to go first? As opposed to walking all the way down and ending up in, a dead end again.
What's the range roughly on the tricolors, John?
The range underneath where all the momentum and stuff like that is about 10 meters, about 30 feet.
Palm Beacon range about 40.
It's about the same, yeah. It's just the same. So like as it gets to the edge of the tricorder scan range with all the interference, the Palm Beacon's light starts to dim. All right.
So we're at the T junction at the moment. Stronger life signs are coming from the left-hand tunnel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Left-hand tunnel.
Okay. So you head on down the left-hand tunnel. Do you have a sequence? Do you have an order, or are you all just kind of walking as an away team group?
Well, I don't mind taking points for now.
Yeah, I can take the rear.
You're taking the what, Antoinette?
I can stay behind the back.
So so Antoinette's taking the rear guard. Okay.
Well, we should have Antoinette in the middle because we need to keep her alive. She's the only medic we have.
Well, you've got Flora Christopher.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting she's there.
For Flora Christopher's like, I'm here, guys. I exist.
We didn't give her a phaser, so we can't really
I'm
put her.
having personality problem here. I thought I was both of them.
You see, in her first game, just as a reference to what Sharon is saying, Sharon was Flora Christopher for her first game that she played with us, but now Sharon is Sharon, so she's getting confused as to who she is.
Considering you've got the phaser rifle with the light on, do you want to take point then?
Sure. I can't hear anything, but sure, I should be okay. If I see it coming, I'll shout.
Right. Okay. So you're moving on down.
Are you sure that Robbie wasn't asking Flora at that time?
Are you not dead?
Frank, you don't need to activate your microphone. You can use mine.
Okay, cool.
See this big mic here, Frank, behind your head. See this yoke here?
No, I'm going to turn around. We don't need to see you twice.
Oh,
okay, there you are.
So you're taking up the rear guard.
So yeah, I was wondering why you were looking at the wall, like, So Frank is welcome from a board person. How you doing, John? Good to see you. So over there in Scotland. Right. So Frank is still out of focus for some reason. Frank's just a blur. He's in and out. He's gone. Right. Okay. So yeah. So Frank, you're gonna use my microphone here. So that's great. Yeah. All right. And okay. So you come to another area, and you come to a triple junction. You've got forwards. You got this is pretty standard dungeony stuff. You got just 3 tunnels in front of you. 1, 2, and 3.
Sort of split off into.
So it's essentially splitting off into 2 Ys and a straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Yeah, that's the one.
And where are the life signs coming from?
The life signs you can't determine. It's still coming off from the center left, so you don't know which one yet. You can't really discern because they seem to head off in a similar parallel direction for the foreseeable for the first 30 meters. Sorry, John. England. Sorry, not Scotland. Apologies for that.
1, 2, or 3, guys.
1, I suppose.
And strongest is coming from center left.
Well, that's the problem. We're getting an equal reading from
No, we said center left. That's right.
center left.
That's right. Are you sure?
Are we correct in what we're saying?
This is the joys. See, here's the problem.
Don't ask me to have it.
Here's the problem with drawing out the dungeon, and you're sitting there going, "What's coming next?"
He said center left. So center left means center or left, which is not right. So you only have 2 choices.
So 1 or 2.
I'm not going to sure.
Just spell it out for him, Shaz. Really just.
I don't know, Robbie.
So when did we get into a political discussion between left and right?
No, hang on. Center left here.
Center left.
They're taking the liberal choice right now. Okay.
Well, center or left? Which one?
You pick.
You're in point.
You can say it as well.
Yeah, I vote left.
Antoinette's going left.
There you go. Well done.
Grant.
He needs to stay still, like a dead person, and then he'd be fine.
Yeah. Frank is actually taking the Klingon chair today, so he's going to sit in there for a couple hours, and we see how comfortable his ass is at the end of it. Okay, so next up, so you come to you're going. Which one you going?
Left.
You're going left. Okay. So as you head down the left tunnel, you hear the skittering coming up behind you. Something.
Flora hit the button.
Flora hit the button. So Flora hits the button on her calibrated tricorder, and she sends a pulse down the down in a sphere around her, and keeps it away. So yeah, you continue to be okay. You wander down a little bit more, and you come to a wall, a kind of a.
Another dead end.
You come to a dead end, but just beyond this wall of rubble, you seem to the life sign seems to be quite strong through the rubble where you are off to your left. So you are getting a strong life sign from off to the left.
Gonna do that Balana Torres trick, the wide beam phaser to melt the rock.
Okay, so you can do a wide beam phaser on a specific frequency to attempt to get to the rock. So you need to calibrate your phaser. You can take a minor action to aim and set your phaser. or if you take a turn to do it, it'll be easier to do.
I'll take the turn.
You'll
to
take the turn.
calibrate.
Okay, so you sit there and take the time to calibrate your phaser with your 2 buttons, and you have to program it in binary. Beep 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 beep.
In the meantime, can I just shoot the rocks and hope for the best?
You can. You can if you want.
No, I'd have to listen to Robbie after. It's fine.
So
I'm normally the reckless one.
So from above, the rocks and there's another shift from above, and as the ground shifts, some rocks come down around you. As Robbie is programming his phaser, two Paluku drop from the ceiling and start skittering towards you. All right. So, Robbie, you're busy. Antoinette, you have a phaser. Lieutenant Christopher does not, but she's got the resonance pulse emitting tricorder, and Robbie's programming binary into his tricorder.
Don't forget Shaz with her phaser rifle.
And Shaz has a phaser rifle. So what do you guys want to do? What do you guys?
Flora, hit the button, and then I'll aim at the nearest Paluku.
Okay, so Flora hits the button and aims for the Paluku. And let me see here somewhere. There we go. And the one Paluku skitters backwards away about 20 feet. And the other one makes a beeline for her. All right. So there's one has taken the resonant pulse and gone, fuck that shit. I died. No way. Whereas the other one's going, well, fuck you and your fucking noisy shit. And is coming towards you, coming towards Lieutenant Christopher, as it sees that she's the one with the bad thing that's giving it pain. Okay. All right, so what do you guys want to do next?
I'll aim my phaser at the Paluku that's heading for Flora.
Okay, so Antoinette comes in with her Type 2 phaser, and let's see here, Robbie, have you got the
Antoinette? Have you got one on your sheet?
Yes, I'm just.
You got your Type 2 phaser?
Is that the Type 2 phaser we get out of Robbie's ass?
Yes, it's the Type 2 phaser.
No, I only have Type 1 on my sheet.
I think the ball is still up there.
If you don't, that's fine.
So it would be a ranged attack with control and security, a difficulty of 2, and so the way the rules are, if there is an enemy within reach of the attacker, complication range increases by 1. If there are creatures within reach of the target, complication may indicate that the different target is struck by the attack. Okay. All right. So you've got Starfleet dice, Robbie, don't you?
Yep.
Cool. Sweet. Lovely. That makes life a lot easier. So Shaz, you are not Shaz, Antoinette. You will have to roll your d20 and then roll your d6s.
I don't know. I think we have 1 point of momentum.
Do I feel threatened?
And I should have 5 threat. Is that right?
I can't
Do I feel
remember.
threatened? I have dauntless.
One per person at the start of the session. 2 per person. Jesus Christ. That's the problem with having a big team. Big away
Say
mission.
that again, Antoinette, sorry.
Do I feel threatened? I have dauntless as a talent.
You could feel threatened if there's a fucking thing coming for. Well, it's not coming for you, but it's coming for one of your crewmates.
So whenever I attempt a task to resist being intimidated or threatened.
Sure. Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you use that.
I can add an additional dice because I only have 9. Okay.
Am I
Cool.
helper or am I going to do my own thing?
You probably have to do your own thing there, Shaz.
So
One
3
success.
dice.
Oh God, and a complication.
Oh,
no.
successes?
Well, no. Well, she got a double success there. She now rolled a natural 1, and to right. So that's 2 successes.
Yeah.
But which is all that you needed. So well done, you hit. So roll to shoot it. Or roll your d6s.
D6.
Do you have the phaser stats there, Robbie?
Yeah, Antoinette, what's your security?
My
Skill?
security is 1.
So 4d6.
Okay, roll 4d6 there, Antoinette. Let's see what you get. Seven. Oh no, don't count that. You don't add them. So it's
Five.
so 5, nothing,
No.
6.
5 is 1 damage with an effect. 6 is 1.
No,
damage
sorry,
with an effect.
it's 5 is 1, 3 is nothing, 6 is 1, 3 is nothing. So you've got 2 damage and 2 effects. All right, and if
2 is charge.
charge, okay, which doesn't give you anything on the outset. Okay, all right. So you've done. What does charge do? Does charge do something?
No, if the character performs a prepare minor action before attacking with this weapon, they may add 1 of the following damage effects to the attack: area intense, piercing 2, or vicious 1. But she didn't prepare, so.
Okay, all right. So she didn't aim or prepare like you're doing right now. So you get 2 damage. So that particular Puluku's like, well, fuck this shit. And there's a high pitched scream, and it skitters away into the darkness. It's not happy. And the other one is still awaiting in the distance. All right. Okay, so Shaz, it's your time. It's your go.
Yeah. Okay. So 2D.
2d20. What'd you say the difficulty is?
2.
You can spend a momentum and get a 3rd die.
Do we have momentum left?
Might as well.
What about you? You're not going to need it for when you finish isn't about with your phaser?
Nah.
Success. So Shaz, you miss. So as Antoinette has hit it first, Shaz, you've shot for where it was at the same time as Antoinette, but Antoinette got there first, and it skittered away. So your blast goes as it avoids as it kind of screeches away from Antoinette's blast. So it's skittered away backwards and up the wall a little bit, and is sitting there off to the side. And it decides to do its own attack. So it's still going for the main source of the aggravation, which is the Lieutenant Christopher, but more so the tricorder. So it's
a melee attack from the spider, is it?
It's a melee. It's a jumping melee.
So it's a contested roll.
Mm-hmm. So you got to dodge out of the way, but it's for Lieutenant Christopher. So who's going to roll for Lieutenant Christopher?
Yeah, that's really confusing. Okay, do you still have what keys?
2d20 security and daring, I think it is.
Daring and security.
What's our daring and security?
Lieutenant Christopher's.
And I might have hers. So
Do you have hers with you, Shaz?
I might do. Yeah. What am I looking for floral?
Daring and security.
Daring and security, 1 and so 10.
10. Okay. All right.
Oh, nice.
What?
3 successes.
How did you roll 3 dice?
2 dice.
1. Critical
Oh, she got a crit. Oh, she got a crit. Okay. So versus 1 success, so you get 2 successes over the Puluku who's jumped at you. Well, jumped at her.
Security ready? 1.
1.
So 2d6 damage.
2.
Oh, nice. 3 damage and an effect. So the Puluku's knocked down.
3 damage in effect. So Puluku's knocked down. So that's 5 damage altogether on that one. And stress and resistance. Yeah. So it's unconscious. So you've knocked one out. Well done. So it's launched at herself at Lieutenant Christopher. Antoinette has shot it. It backed off, and then Sharon missed, but it launched itself at Lieutenant Christopher, and she's basically just punched it square in the jaw and knocked it out. So it's like... Those are the sound effects that happened as well. All right, so you've got one Paluku kind of decided that's staying away from the resonance pulse. That's down the. You still got the one that's like 15 meters away. So you can. Do you want to leave it alone, or do you want to tell it to fuck off?
Up to you guys. I'm busy tinkering with the phaser.
Still.
My turn.
I don't know. I think if it's moving away, we just leave it be.
No, it's sitting off at the edge of the pulse, and the pulse. You've now turned the pulse. Like Flora she's turned the pulse off because otherwise the rest of you will be crippled.
Okay, so shall we try to take a few shots at it and see it go away?
So between yourself and Antoinette, do you want to?
So who wants to go first? There's no particular order. Shaz, you can go first if you wish, or you can have Antoinette go first.
Yeah, Antoinette, you go first.
Okay.
No, you go first.
You go first.
And it was 9. It was fitness and security, yeah, or control.
Daring and security.
Daring and security.
Daring and security is 8. Still using my dauntless as well, so I get 3.
Okay.
So 1 success.
1 success. Okay. You miss. Okay. So Shaz, it's up to you.
So it's 10 again. And the daring and security is 10.
Daring and security, yeah. No success.
No successes. Okay, so that Paluku. Hey?
What's the complication range?
Complication range. It's not really.
There is no additional complication factors. Grant?
No. It literally just. What did you roll a 20?
No, 19.
Actually, fine. Right. So there's a Paluku. It's 15 meters away. It's sitting there and it's wondering what it's going to do next. Lost your video feed there, Shaz.
Sorry.
So Robbie, it's now your turn. You get to you've programmed in what you want to do with the phaser with your binary code. So it's you've reduced the difficulty to 1. So you get your 2 dice to roll.
I'm looking back and going.
Sorry, I'm looking back at you both and going, have you guys got this or? Okay. I shoot at the Paluku because.
You're going to shoot at the Paluku?
Can we
Yeah.
not just shoot it?
Sorry, Robbie. Yeah,
Are
you
we good with
continue
your
with the
rock
rock and we can.
Are you okay?
Yeah, cool. I'll continue with the rock face and you guys do what you're doing.
Yeah, because there's no point in wasting your pissing about with your rifle on to, waste it on stuff.
Traits,
Huh?
attributes, disciplines,
For shooting?
the wall.
Yeah, control and security. Still just firing your phaser.
Cool. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. Congratulations. So as Robbie fires his phaser, in classic Star Trek style, he puts in a wide beam dispersal, which perfectly just dissolves individual rocks. It doesn't like leak over into bits of the wall and stuff like that. So the rocks that are visible, just immediately just disappear. They evaporate more, and like there's nothing left. And you see in behind the rock formation, you see there's you see a bit of a leg, and you see a hand sticking out of the rock rubble.
Is the leg attached to anything else?
Does the leg begin to see a bit of light, or is it?
Huh?
Does the person belonging to the leg begin to see a bit of light?
Frank, you're having strange dreams. You feel you're actually having one of those night terrors where you feel there's a great weight on your chest, and you're pinned and you can't move, but you can
Except for my leg.
you can wiggle your toe on your foot and rotate your foot, but really
I'm not having night terrors. I'm having a dream that I'm at an 80s disco with a bunch of miners, and it's like,
So Frank, you hear some strange noises. You hear phaser fire in your kind of delirium. So guys, you see a hand and a foot. And the foot seems to be tapping away to some sort of music that's coming from somewhere. You don't really you wonder why.
No, actually, I've heard the phase of fire, and I'm moving as much as I can to make some noise to try to do it.
Okay. All right. So, guys, you've got Frank there, bumping and grinding at the disco,
scraping his boot off the ground. Trying to... Come on, guys, hear that? Hear that?
I'm gonna flag Flora down, and like she's not really in combat as such, so I'm gonna flag Flora and ask her to help me unbury him.
Okay, all right.
She's still pressing the button on the phaser.
Oh, the tricorders, yeah.
So she has control of the tricorder, but she's going to help you. So Robbie, you stow your phaser and start doing the whole rock after rock. Frank, the pressure on your chest starts to relieve itself. But you realize another thing, that you also have had other pressure in other areas, and you need to relieve yourself. So Jerry,
that was done ages ago.
He's gonna swim out there.
These new Starfleet uniforms have brilliant absorption rates.
And air freshener, I hope.
So Jerry Lynn says, Frank, you put your left foot, you put your left toe in, your left toe out. You do the hokey pokey and you shake it all about. But what you're shaking all about, let's not discuss that on the YouTubes. So hey Jerry, nice of you to join us from Cork. So Jerry is pissing himself laughing as much as Frank is trying to hold his bladder while he's under a pile of rocks. So guys, it'll take you So guys, it'll take you 2 rounds to take all the rocks from off of Frank.
Mind the wet parts.
So you're you've got 2 rounds. All right. So and you're helping you. So the 2 girls, Antoinette and Sharon, are on kind of standby for whatever comes.
They're on kill Paluku.
Let's go killing the spiders.
So the Paluku that's 15 meters away, it starts to make its move closer to you, and from down the tunnel, another one appears. So what are you guys gonna do? All right. So take.
Simplistic, but
Have another go.
Difficulty 2 or 3.
Difficulty 2. Yep. Pretty good success. Okay. Well done. So that was on the Paluku. So roll your damage there, Shaz.
Many? 2?
5d6.
5d6 for Shaz. Yeah, he got 3 phaser, accurate and charge, opportunity escalation. It's ranged and 4.
5 damage.
5 damage there.
With 3 effects.
With 3 effects, and the effects are accuracy. Sorry, the accurate or charge are the 2 effects. For a phaser. Accurate, the weapon is especially precise, often incorporating additional sights to allow that user to use the weapon more accurately, if the character performs aim minor action before making an attack with this weapon, then any number of d20s may be re-rolled instead of normal benefits. So you didn't need to do that. And charge, the weapon has an adaptable energy supply, allowing the potency to be scaled in different levels. If the character performs a prepare minor action before attacking this weapon, they may add one of the following weapon damage effects to, which is area, intense, piercing by 2, or vicious by 1. The attack ignores, so piercing is the attack ignores 2 points of the target's total resistance for each effect rolled, or vicious, the attack inflicts 1 additional damage for each effect rolled. How many effects were rolled? 3 effects. So that's that. So the Paluku, you fire at the Paluku. Shaz, well done. You one-shotted it. That one's gone. There's another Paluku skithering up the cave. Antoinette, do you want to take a shot?
Yeah, well, indeed. Roll 2 successes.
2 successes, so you hit it. What's the stats for her type 2 phaser, Robbie?
Your security rating is
1, so 4 dice, isn't it?
yep. Are you taking a minor action to prepare?
Well,
As
I've already
in-
rolled.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yes. You took a minor action to prepare.
So you've got 1. Let me see. You've got 1, 2, 3. Sorry, hang on. 2, 4, 5. Any effects? 2, 4, 5. No effects there.
5 is an effect. 5 is an effect, John.
No. She rolled 1, 2, 3, and 2, so she didn't get a 5 or a 6. So she's got 5 damage on that fella, and he scoots back as in, oh shit, I don't like that. All right, but he's still okay. So he decides to do a running attack, and he falls over. Runs headfirst. So well done, Antoinette. You blind that particular Paluku. He runs straight into a rock and knocks himself out. All right, so he's done. He's unconscious. He's not dead, but he's unconscious. Okay, so so it's another round, Robbie, and you've almost uncovered a body. So Frank, you've got your top half uncovered, and you can you feel somewhat groggy. All right. So Frank, you're now with the party.
You're conscious again, Frank.
So not
I'm
dead.
conscious again.
Yeah, you're conscious again. All right, so so you're in the cave, Frank. You see, you start to blink. Your vision's a little bit blurred after your misadventure. You've got all sorts of bumps and bruises, and you are, you feel sore in places that you didn't realize you could be sore. You've also got things sticking into places that you didn't think they could stick into. It's very uncomfortable where you are, down under the rocks. So this is your first interaction since the crash, guys. Anything going? What do you want to do?
Get me the hell out of here.
Okay, Frank frantically starts going, right, get this rock off me and that rock. I don't like this one. Okay. So
All the while, myself and Flora are like trying to smooth them down and be like, whoa, don't move too much. You're going to injure yourself, Frank. Just let us get you clear.
okay. So
I've just developed a severe case of arachnophobia stuck down here. Come on.
all right. So yes. So you're uncovering the thing. Robbie, as you're
the thing.
So,
Look at me.
the thing, that guy there, right? That guy over there. So, Robbie, as you are pulling the last bit of rubble off Frank and dusting him off, Lieutenant Christopher comes over and starts scanning him to see, and it's an absolute miracle that Frank doesn't have any broken bones. However, he has multiple bruises and muscle injuries. So, Frank, you will have a complication of 18 to 20 for the rest of the game. Which means that when you need to do any actions, if you roll an 18, 19, or 20, but other than that, you're mobile and stuff like that. All right. Okay, cool. All right. So used to continue, but Robbie, as you're pulling the last few rocks off his legs, your tricorder beeps. Your tricorder seems to have gotten some sort of a stronger signal. And it's coming from back down the tunnel.
Fun.
Okay, so Frank, Frank, you get to your feet and dust yourself off, but your back is in bits. Everything hurts, so you'll just have to do your Starfleet training and just weather through the pain. Okay.
We shall do.
All right.
We shall see.
All right. So, okay, what do you guys want to do now?
Is the Paluku still?
Spider thing
Behind
still
us?
there, or is it?
Get me the hell out of here! Eloquently put Frank. The spider thing seems to have skittered off. It's not there anymore. That minor sensor it seems that's the minor, not minor thing has it's either increased in size or it's been replaced with something. Okay.
I'm getting a hit on the tricorder, guys. There's something bigger. Don't know what it is. I can't get any specifics right now, but something bigger down the tunnel, back the way we came.
Well, we should probably keep looking for Morgan anyway.
Yay! Somebody remembered Morgan.
Yeah, because he came off around the same time as Frank, so we must be in the area. Can we scan to see if we can find Morgan?
He was dead, but Frank doesn't.
We did have a hit on 2 life signs, so I mean, we found Frank, so Morgan must be around here somewhere.
Okay.
Try and find another leg.
So, just don't break the chair, Frank. So Robbie, are you pull out the tricorder?
I'm still having a dead.
Yeah, you're having a closer look. So you notice that it's moving away from you. This big hit.
Okay, well, whatever the big life sign is moving away from us. Is Morgan's, or the second strong life sign that we detected when we detected Frank, is that still in the vicinity, or is that gone?
It seems to be moving.
Is there any way to get the tricorders to distinguish the life signs?
There's a lot of interference in the caves, so you're not really getting more than like the size of the energy, the life forms that you're scanning.
So right now there is basically only one strong life sign in the area, which is him.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Morgan's not in the area, I don't think.
Like, Frank is the strongest one. You can read Frank's complete life signs because you're so close to him.
Mm.
But back the way you came, there's another stronger life sign.
We need to go that way.
Okay.
Are we all on the same page?
We're all on.
Frank, we are.
We're
That page.
we're all on Robbie's page. Do I need to turn Frank's volume down in his earphones?
You need to calm Frank down.
I think we need to turn Frank's volume down. Just so I can.
Where are we going?
I have to do everything for Frank here.
So we're here.
I thought it was using your microphone.
Go back to where we came.
Yeah, I know, but you're shouting because your earphones are loud. Fine. Is everyone warm enough for leave the doors open?
Yes,
We
thank
take a
you.
quick break.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, we're here at here at the cabin. We're just going to take a quick break. We're not going to go offline. So some of the guys are just going to get some rest and refreshment. So Frank's going to get some medical attention. So let's drop us in the comments there for while you're there, guys. PJ, Jerry, Zap, let's hear from you in the comments while we're sorting ourselves out. So they've knocked off their that I hate this. This is the Dallas setup. No, let's do this. This would be better. There we go. All right. So if you need to be. So guys, P. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was trying to whisper that. Frank's going too. Oh, Antoinette's gone as well. So it's just me. Just keep you entertained. So what's has anyone got any comments? What's going on out there while the guys take a quick break? It's a bit different when we're all in person. Could somebody pass me a biscuit, by the way? I don't know how much. Can you pass me a biscuit over there, Frank?
Oh, yes, I can.
I also have enough power on my phone now to.
Well, you can stick it in for 5 minutes.
No, it's on 76.
Oh,
Now.
is it
I
gone?
have been charging it the whole time.
Lovely.
That's
Right,
why.
I'm gonna munch on a biscuit.
You have the,
So now I'll be able to put the
If you
earphones
bring
in.
that down, if I go start.
I don't have it. I'll have to. Hang on. So I have a little job to do now. Frank also did not bring his character sheet, so I'm just gonna print that off for him. Guys,
Oh, yeah,
so
no, I have yours saved.
how does everyone like my new hair? I'll just be vain for the moment. I don't know what to talk about while they're doing whatever they're doing out there. People need to pee because there was a few long drives came over.
Any handy
Huh?
Sandy? Any handy Sandy?
Yeah, right here. I have to go.
Don't need to wait for Sharon.
Don't fall, Frank. Frank just fell out. Let me just see if I can find Frank's character sheet so I can print it off for him. So how's what are we all doing out there in the world? Everyone watching Lower Decks? I've only watched up to episode 3 myself. But as usual, I really enjoy it. The one thing that I'm delighted about really is it's not particularly spoilers, but the new uniforms for Strange New Worlds were released. The photos of that, and I much prefer them to. No break for Jon. Abandoned by the crew. Jon still has to entertain because everyone's gonna. Those of you have already had like a couple of people log off because it's break time. If I close down me, what are you gonna stare at? Who's like now for a commercial. We're back from break, and welcome back to the show. I can't really do that. Where is my?
This isn't Critical Role.
This isn't Critical. Yeah, we're definitely nowhere near the viewership of Critical Role. Although for the people who do tune in after the fact, thanks very much. There, PJ's giving you comments on the hair. Thanks, man. Got my hair done for another show that I was up on. By 2023, I'll have some exciting news for when that particular project comes out in the cinema, and you'll hear why I have this particular hair now. Who's that Facebook user there? Andrew, yes. There's seems to be 2 sets of Strange New World uniforms. Yeah, they've got the thick collar for the Doctor and the V collars for everyone else. I much prefer the V collars, to be honest. It's there's Antoinette's back. Here we are.
No, that light.
I'll put on my headset here for Antoinette. So Antoinette, what do you think of the new Strange New World uniforms? I much prefer them.
I didn't even look at the new trailer.
Oh no! I don't watch trailers. No. Matrix trailer came out. Loads of. Yeah, no, I don't watch trailers. I just can't because they just so many stuff is derivative that it's tough not to it's tough not to figure out the storyline like already. So look, I'm looking here, and guess who the only person who didn't send me the character sheet was. The one person who needs it. That would be Frank. So I don't even think it's back in the comment section of our little comments thread. But yeah, did you watch the trailer? You haven't watched the trailer.
I haven't watched the trailer. I haven't seen the new uniforms. I've only seen the old ones.
Oh well, the new uniforms. They're like a nice V-neck T-shirt. It's got a black undershirt, but it's got a V-neck. You know,
Oh,
so
I see now, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
and then Una is number one is she's wearing a different type of one, and it's more like it's a bit more like a zip collar one, like this one, except it's got the shoulders and stuff.
That one looks comfy. That looks comfy for a convention.
Yeah, right. It's much better. So I think I can't wait till Kozer Mart brings out the cheap versions of those uniforms. Since they've been released, I'm sure someone's hot on the trails of making that. So you know, so the trailer was Strange New Worlds, just crew intros. I know. I still wouldn't watch it though. You know, I want to be surprised by everything that I see in the show. So that's
Nice. It kind of looks like they have a piece of like leather going down the sleeve. Because in the photographs, it's kind of reflecting. Yeah, just in the picture I'm looking at here, it's just that one part. The ribbed part just between the sleeve and the shoulder is reflecting the light. So it looks like it's a different fabric.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the same. It's the same fabric for the kind of chest parts that they're putting on the shoulder for the Enterprise crew, because I'm sure they have like bolts and bolts and bolts of that sitting printed. You know, like they've paid for that all to be there, so they have plenty of bolts of that. So they're just going to reuse it because I believe Strange New Worlds and Discovery are all being shot in the same studios. So it's Strange New Worlds and Discovery are shot in Toronto, and CBS Productions have built their own studios. So because Discovery 1 and 2 was shot in Pinewood, Toronto, and whether they keep the set standing there or go over to bring the whole thing over to CBS Studios outside near between Toronto and Mississauga, I don't know. And it's going to be. I'm really excited about Strange New Worlds. I think it's the show everybody's going to be looking forward to. On the flip side, Antoinette, what do you think of the uniforms for Discovery, the new ones?
The new ones. They're the ones that are slightly more military looking, aren't they?
Yes, exactly the word that was in my head.
Yeah,
far more militaristic.
They're okay, but I rather the Strange New Worlds one. I think they're more traditional Star Trek kind of style that we're used to.
Yeah,
whereas,
right.
We don't. I suppose people who like the military aspects of Discovery might like them, but that would be my favorite uniform. They're slightly kind of like German military style,
aren't they? Now, in fairness to it's terrible that when the Nazis got their uniforms designed, they were designed by Hugo Boss. Yeah. So that's why the Nazi uniform was actually quite a good uniform. Not their idealisms, but they had good choice in like costume designers. So PJ says here, I agree. I do the same, especially with the game series I'm interested in. Trailers give away too much for me, especially if you know a lot about the titles to begin with. Yes, that's what I find, PJ, myself, is I really do find that I can tell even by a shot, because I work in film, whatever choices they make in the edits in the shot, that even a shot can tell, oh, I know where the money and the budget for that particular shot would go in an episode, so I know how the episode's going to end. So yeah, things like that. I think it's Zap is saying the Romulan tossed uniforms. Just clarified that. And back to the uniforms, they look like a load of opal fruits on the bridge. Ah, yes, the opal fruits that's a good point. So are you guys near finished your breaks?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So the guys are coming back in. Yeah, I'm just like on the last thing there. I'm not a big fan of the costume designer of Discovery. She's just. I don't begrudge her job. I'd never be negative about her. It's just as my own opinion. I'm not a fan of her designs. I
wasn't very fond of the blue and gold on the blue and silver.
And I think one of the mishaps there when Discovery started was I didn't actually realize that there was gold and copper. I didn't see the distinction between gold and copper, because gold, silver, it was gold, silver, bronze, gold, silver, and bronze, and I didn't realize that the bronze was representing red. Silver was blue. I did
two colors away from each other.
Exactly. So you had to. It was a bit of kind of investigation needed for that. So I think it's a nice idea, gold, silver, and bronze, but it didn't work on the show, on the picture. Okay, so the guys are back in their chairs, which means that they're going to entertain you for 2 minutes while I go and pee. So. I'm going to put off on the stream.
Good evening.
Robbie, can I ask you a question about one of the rules in the games?
One second, Antoinette, because Frank has himself muted, so he's talking away and we can't hear him. But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Frank. I didn't hear his talking. I just wanted to ask, with the
what's the rule, Antoinette?
The obtain information rule with the momentum, because I know we haven't actually used that yet. Like, what's the scope on the type of questions that you're allowed to ask for that? Because it just says that they need to be answered truthfully.
So it can vary depending on the setup, depending on the GM, to be honest with you. But realistically, the exact wording is momentum from a successful task allows the character to learn more about the situation. So say if we were conducting a tricorder scan, you could spend a momentum point to get more information from that scan, basically. Or if you're questioning somebody and you use the obtain information skill, it would get more information out of the person that we're looking for, if you know what I mean. So it's, can we tell that they're lying to us, or can we see that there's a untruthfulness to what they're like? Is there an expression on their face that'll be giving something away, or like that again? Each point of momentum spent can be used to ask the game master a single question about the current situation, an item, an object, a structure, a creature, a character present, or in relevance to the scene at hand. So is there something that we're not... Is there basically something that we're not seeing that the game master knows is there that we don't see? Exactly.
Yeah. I think we've probably underutilized that rule.
We have, absolutely. But this is the thing. For anyone who's never seen the core rulebook for Star Trek Adventures, it is 350 odd pages thick. And it is literally it's about the same size, if not bigger, than the Dungeons and Dragons handbook. And there's a difference. Dungeons and Dragons kind of splits it into two. You have the player's handbook and the game master's book, the Dungeon Master Guide.
D&D splits it into 3.
Yeah. So you'll have your monster manual, your player's handbook, and your Dungeon Master's Guide. Now, you can run the game with just the player's handbook, but the Dungeon Master's Guide gives you extra stuff like treasure tables and stuff like that, as well as all that stuff. But everything is in this one book. So we're kind of running very stripped down rules at the moment, mainly because we haven't gotten used to it, if that makes sense.
I was just reading this literally the real summary.
Information. Yeah.
Working off at the moment.
Yeah. So the obtain information, there is a lot of things you can do with momentum that we're not doing just yet. But again, momentum being a finite resource when it wants to be, does mean that it can be a bit problematic to decide when to spend it, when not to spend it. If it's a critical scene, for example, where you've chased down a big bad and you have them kind of cornered, it wouldn't be a bad idea then at that stage using obtain momentum. Or in this instance where we're not sure what the life sign is that's moving away, there's no harm to spend the momentum from that.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It might be useful now. Like,
John, can you knock the light on above me, please?
On?
Oh, it's on.
It is on.
It is on.
I'm just. No.
You're not seeing it showing off your head.
I'm sitting too far forward. That's the problem.
Is that better?
No, your head.
Is there a shine on your head or something? Is there?
Yeah, no, it's my picture's very dark.
Ah. Oh. So.
What was it?
There we go.
Frame Robbie
It's much better.
Shine off your head.
Alrighty. His key and his fill light are all coming from his forehead.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so back to it. So welcome back to part 2 of the game. Let me just put a pair of headphones on here so I can hear Antoinette when she speaks. Oh, Antoinette, you're trapped between me and Frank. Oh, that's a terrible place to be. I'm actually going to swap myself and Frank so that when I look to the guys in real life, they're actually on the same direction as the thing. Although that's a bit confusing. Yeah, Robbie, you need to do the thing. Look up, and up to your left. I think. There you go. Now you're looking at me, and I can do this. No, I do this. So there you are.
Can we get the soundtrack to the Brady Bunch?
Brady Bunch. There we go.
This is confusing.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you're in the thing. Life sign down the end of the
Yes.
corridor. And it's a larger life sign. It's
As Antoinette has rightly pointed out, I'm going to spend a point of momentum to use the obtain information skill.
okay. So what do you want to know?
Is this humanoid life? Is this life sign humanoid? Is it non-humanoid? Is it?
It seems to be humanoid.
Okay.
It seems to be humanoid. It seems to be strong enough to. It's not just one.
So I would surmise that there's a group moving down the tunnel.
All right. So what's your plan? What are you guys going to do with that?
There won't be spiders again. I want to be disappointed.
Did you notice anything when you were coming through the tunnel that we could use as a ambush point if these guys are,
Can you use some sort of rudimentary lathe? I think Frank's got.
No, I'm looking to see when they came down the tunnel, did they find anywhere that we could use, maybe camp out, use as an ambush point if these guys,
All right. Okay.
To be honest, we don't really know enough about the tunnel structure right now to form that kind of idea. That makes sense. We've only explored what about.
Yeah, I thought these guys are going from the direction you guys came from.
Well, they're moving away from us at the moment.
Frank, you're wearing those headphones again, backwards again.
It works. So head back down towards the life signs because we're at a dead end right now. So
Okay. All right. So you pick up your stuff
We left
and
something in this tunnel that made
you head
noise.
back down.
Say again, Antoinette.
I wonder if we left something in this tunnel that kind of made little noises that might deter the group to go down that way, and then we can go down one of the other tunnels. Lay them a little trap.
Okay. Interesting idea. So what would you guys want to do with that?
I don't know. Do we have something that's beepy? Beep beep. Do we have a spare piece of equipment maybe that beeps or? Maybe we just forget about it anyway. I was trying to maybe track them down a different tunnel, like if they're going to go that way, and then we might be able to come around behind them. Maybe they're friendly.
Sorry, I said a bit too close for that bullshit.
We could set up a comm badge to emit a repeating noise. Yeah.
Okay. So who wants to lose their comm badge? If you want to do that.
My comm badge behind. I want to get beamed out. Thanks very much. Never mind. Let's forget that idea. Continue.
Hey, Flora.
If only we had some sort of forklift that we could put in back in reverse or something. You know, a big truck. Beep, 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 beep.
I'll just walk
This
backwards
vehicle
down
is
the
reversing. This vehicle is reversing. I mean, you could go and get parts of the Argo maybe and jury rig something, bring it all the way back down the tunnel.
No, forget about it. Captain Frank is like, stop with those stupid ideas, Lieutenant.
No, it's actually a good idea. Do we have a spare tricorder? Like, Frank, do you have a half-busted tricorder on your ship?
Or maybe one of the palm beacons, so they'll see a light.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4. I mean, we could set one of them up to kind of flash intermittently.
Flash or something, maybe, yeah.
Okay. All right. Those lifelines are moving further away.
Moving away from us.
Oh, away from us.
Yeah, they're moving away down the tunnel that we came up. As far as we know, we didn't pass anyone though. That's the thing.
No.
Should we just move down the tunnel to that 3-way junction and see what we can see?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. You're moving on now.
Yep.
You're moving on up, moving on out. Okay. So hello to the captain is watching. So hello to Alan O'Shea, who's coming in. All right, so you're moving on down the tunnel, and you come to the previous junction, and you seem to be getting a little bit closer. You seem to have gained 10 meters on the previous thing, previous scan, and you're back down at the previous junction. You go. Your tricorder seems to indicate that there's what? Was this led by example and use your comm badge? So, oh, sorry, I'm only getting that now. So, yeah, Frank, you should have left your comm badge behind. Lead by example, Frank. Lead by example, Frank.
It got busted, remember?
Well, you're not getting beamed out, are you? Right. Okay, so we've got yeah, you're closer now.
So
We've got extreme left and less left, and then we've got right.
Well, we've
we're not going back to
already
politics again, are we? I mean,
we've
come on.
already done the extreme left.
No, what I mean is, so we're facing basically that direction. We can either go left, or right, and continue down to the T.
So
Turning a right into a left.
the center. This is the most central tunnel.
The
Is
center.
where the signals.
That one.
No, the next one over. That one. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So I point to
Show
the
the
right.
audience, Robbie. Show the audience.
Well, somebody's not getting into art college.
It's gone. Up that one.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you've made 10 meters on this this stronger signal. You've moved down into the next. As you walk down, you pass on the ground. You pass the Tupaluku, one that's still alive but unconscious. Make a perception check, everybody. So that's presence and let me see. No, reason and science, everybody. Reason and science.
So that's 13 for me.
8.
So, do you want to go too?
Reason and science there, Frank.
Difficulty.
You never sent me your character sheet, so I don't have it.
John.
Yep.
Difficulty.
1.
I
One
see
success.
1 success.
So I need 18 and 20 anyway, wasn't it? Because I'm still
Yeah, if you
knocked
get
out, so
if you get
Nothing.
an 18 or a 20,
Roll for Flora.
what did you get?
13 and a 6. So forget about it.
So you're fine. 13 and a 6, and your reason, it was reason and science, 13 and 6. So Frank got 2 successes. You can use that until you print off your own one, because I don't have a copy of yours.
1 success for Sharon.
1 success for Shaz, and how about you, Robbie?
1 success.
1 success for Robbie, and Antoinette got nothing. So Antoinette, you notice nothing. But as they're walking by, Frank kind of walks over to the palooka on the ground and kind of kicks it, nudges it, and luckily enough, it doesn't move. But you notice these ones are smaller than the ones you faced on the surface, and probably why you were able to take them out so much easier than the ones on the surface, which caused you quite significant problems in the past, and were able to drag a full-sized Bajoran away. So you would surmise between the group of you, you could surmise that these are either a different gender, or they're possibly juveniles, but you can't tell at the moment.
Will my xenobiology
Alright.
let us know?
Huh?
I said I'm a xenobiologist.
Well, you
Will I
noticed nothing. You rolled like nothing. Although you can ask.
Any of my xenobiology at the moment.
Hey, Antoinette, these spiders are smaller than the ones on the surface.
Really, that's be interesting. Tell me more.
It looks like the ones on the surface could drag away a full-size Bajoran. I don't think these ones could.
Oh wow! I wonder if I'd know why.
If only we had a xenobiologist that could tell us more intricate knowledge about what they can observe from a xenological different species. Right. So, guys, you can stay here and you can investigate the bodies, but that signal is getting further away again.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Yep. Up the tunnel.
Okay, and continue on up the tunnel. You make another 10 meters. The signal seems to be only about 30 feet away to 10 meters, or 30.3 feet if you want to be pedantic. So you can now see that there seems to be. It's not just one large life sign. It seems to be a group of life signs. And you can't quite make out the readings, but they're definitely humanoid.
Maybe the
I relay
Bajoran
that information.
What's that, Antoinette?
Maybe they came to save us from the town.
Maybe they came to save you from the town. Okay, so they head on down the corridor, or down the tunnel. They seem to be they seem to be moving at a not a swift pace, slightly slower pace than normal humanoids, but you still can't quite tell what they are. But they're only 30 feet away. So down, you can see down the end of the tunnel, you can hear like echoes of footsteps off the walls.
I'm gonna reduce the setting on the palm beacon to its minimum, so we can still see the ground in front of us, but it's not a giant beacon giving away our position.
Sure. Okay. All right. So you're gonna follow these life signs, yeah?
We happy to follow, or
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're not, but you're going along surreptitiously, yeah. You're not just running up to them going, "Oh, hello, humans."
No, I think we should try and sneak up and see where it is that they're going.
Okay.
Maybe they have something to do with that signal.
Right. Okay.
And
All
in the
right.
meantime, we're observing the roof to make sure there's no palooka going to fall on us.
So what you might say is that every turn you're now using a minor action to like prep your weapons. You're like on constant alert at this moment. Yeah.
Are there any miners left?
Miners, not miners. All right. Okay. So any plans, Robbie?
this is funny. He thinks I know what I'm doing.
Nothing.
We get what? We're 20 meters or so into this tunnel at this stage.
Yeah. Yep.
And it looks like it just keeps on going. Like the tricorder just shows like a solid tunnel uninterrupted, basically.
Yeah. There's a spur off every now and again, little cave or a cavern. That if you didn't know where you were going, but this seems to be a larger tunnel.
Yeah.
That you're following through.
But as we get closer, will the disruption to the tricorders fade away? That we may be able to just
Yeah,
Okay,
you,
what
now you
they
can
are.
now you can see that they're not. Now you can see that it's not just one big life sign. Now you can see that it's a group of life signs and they're humanoid. But you can't discern too much more. You'll have to get a little bit closer to kind of get a proper scan. Like when they scanned you through the wall, they couldn't really see if it was you or not, but they saw that it was a
Yeah,
kind of
no,
a
that's what I'm saying. If
decent
we
hard
get
place.
closer, we'll be able to find out just what they are.
Yeah.
Get a better idea what they
Yeah.
are.
Okay, so Antoinette, because you've been observing the roof as you go along, you notice that two more Paluku are poking their claws through a couple of holes in the ceiling, one in the wall, one in the ceiling, and they seem to be coming out. So what do you want to do? You're going to talk to them? Yeah. Do you want to
Sorry.
stay in your hole? Stay in your hole, please. Just no. If you
Sorry.
could, no, stay in your hole. No, we don't want to deal with you. You've got other shit down the tunnel. No, you stay. Oh, lads, they won't do what they told.
Well, we're moving relatively surreptitiously. Does it look like they're coming for us, or?
Yeah, it seems like they there's been a disturbance in the tunnel. They're like, what the fuck is that? Don't be in my tunnel.
Because
So-
obviously, if we fire at them, we're going to alert the group that we're here. Can we use the resonance frequency?
Yep, you can try and use the
To
resonance
find
frequency
Charlie.
again.
Flora?
Again, it's a sonic resonance pulse. So you can do that, all right.
Will that alert the group, do you think? Because will they feel the same feeling that we were feeling earlier on?
Well, it
Or are
only
they
seems to have a
fairly
range of about 10 or 15 meters, so
Oh.
I'd say go for it, Flora. Push the button.
All right, you all in agreement for Flora to push the button?
Yeah.
Okay, Flora pushes the button. Because the two Paluku are so close. They skid away back up the tunnel, and they leave you alone. They seem to kind of poke their heads out. You set the pulse, and they go, "Oh, fuck that shit." So and then so then up ahead you hear some voices. You can't distinguish what they say, but you hear some voices echoing off the walls of the cavern, and the footsteps stop.
I kind of gesture to Flora very, quietly. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
She knocks it off.
Gonna turn off my palm beacon as well.
Okay, so everybody should knock off their palm beacons then, if you're going to do that. Do you take any formations or anything like that?
I'll bring up the rear again. Same as earlier on.
Okay, I'm doing my exaggerated Uhura impression here.
Chaz, do you want to take the left-hand side of the tunnel? I'll take the right-hand side of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the drop prone minor action and aim
Okay.
down the tunnel.
Right, so interesting. Okay, so Robbie's taking the drop prone. So Robbie's lying on his belly with his. Are you going to swap phasers, or are you going to leave Shaz with the rifle?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so you're dropping prone, resting your phaser on the ground over your arm.
Pretty much.
Okay, alrighty, cool. So, all right, so Robbie's doing that, and what else? And Shaz, you're going up against the wall at the other side of the
You're getting this at the wall. Are you going to drop down, or are you going to?
Sorry, I didn't know what else. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
you.
I don't know. Sorry, yeah, do that then.
Sharon's dropping prone as well. Okay, all right, Frank, what are you doing? Standing like hero, and he's going to stand like ransom in the middle. I will take them. Robbie kicks him in the shin.
No, I'm still a way back. I've only been hobbling my way forward.
They now know you're all here because Frank is shouting at you. So Frank's down. So Frank, you're at the back because you're more shambling than anything. You're just paying attention. Okay, so
signaling to Antoinette and Flora as well to
so
crouch at least.
yeah, okay, all right. So you hear some talking, and it's not Federation standard, but you hear some talking up the tunnel, and it goes from speech to a kind of more of a whisper as well, and you sit and listen for a moment, and everyone. So Robbie, make a let's see, make a presence and security roll.
Difficulty of?
Let's make a roll.
1 success.
Okay, you're fine. All right, so after a few moments, you hear that the footsteps begin to start again, and you hear the crunch of gravel and people stepping over rocks and stuff as you continue on down the tunnel.
Moving away from us, yeah?
Moving away, yeah.
Kind of signal to everyone that it seems that they're moving away and to start moving slowly, surreptitiously.
Okay, so you're on a sneak. So you're now going at the same pace as they are. Okay, so you come to you hear them. Suddenly, their footsteps become a lot louder, a lot more echoey, and you see you can't really see because your lights are off, but they seem to have some sort of red beacons. They're not using white light; they're using red light, which is it's a red amber light that they.
Can I just ask you, do you have 4 or 5? Because that could be important.
There are 4 lights. So there's a large cavern up ahead. Your tricorder shows that you cannot see the other side of it, but there's a large cavern up ahead. And the sounds start to change a little bit. And you continue on, and all right, and the Paluku seem to be behaving themselves at the moment. They're leaving you alone for some reason, and you start to see up ahead there's an odd flash of light, which illuminates a big arc of a jagged stone entrance. Every now and again, there's an arc of light, and it just whizzes by. All right. Hello, Ian. Hello, Anita. Welcome along. Thanks for joining us. All right. So so there's the odd
Can
bit.
we go up to the arc and say end program?
Arch.
I know.
Arch.
It was worth a try.
Do we want to keep on moving surreptitiously at least up to the entrance of this cavern and see what we can see?
Sure.
Cripple?
Okay. All right. So ready up.
Yep.
All right.
Slowly.
You're moving up. You hear the crunch. But up ahead, you hear a strange whooshing noise as the light passes by, and you hear the voices talk in a low. You hear voices talk in low tones, but the tones still bounce off what seems to be quite a large cavern.
The comm badge isn't picking up anything for the universal translator to translate it through, is it?
Not just yet. Just yet. Does anyone else want to make a presence or a reason and science rolls?
I will. I have 16.
Everyone make reason and science rolls.
Yeah. 2 successes. Not two. 2 successes. Reasons.
2 successes from Antoinette. Okay.
Three successes.
That includes you, Frank.
1 success.
Frank gets
Can't quite see it.
19 and 20.
19.
2 complications for him.
2 complications for Frank. So Antoinette, your xenobiological ears are attuned to the fact, even though you can't you're like you manage to listen close enough to see that the voices seem to be Bajoran. And you can't quite make out what they're saying, but the voices are Bajoran. And Robbie, you got what?
2 successes.
2 successes. Robbie, you seem to you feel the same. You think the same thing. You kind of that actually sounds like Bajoran standard.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaz, what did you get?
1 success.
1 success. Okay, so Sharon, you realize that it's not Federation standard. It's not English. So it is a foreign language. So you all good?
Reckon, yeah.
Okay, Robbie's just wrecking the gaff. All right, so you guys so you realize that there's Bajoran voices up ahead, and you come to the tunnel entrance. There seems to be the odd kind of wisp of red orange flame just wisps around in the room in this giant cavern, and it illuminates this giant. They're just going around in a circle.
Laptop, take my charger. No, it's not taking my
So as you're doing that, you're going around, and there's a large body of water in the middle of the room. But because of the rumbles and stuff, there's actually a kind of a grade 1 wave in the room because the water is sloshing about. Everything okay?
Yeah, just my laptop's down.
Oh, do you want to plug it in then? You got your...
It's an old Lenovo. It won't. I don't have to charge it with me. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Do you want to take mine then?
No. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Technical difficulties. Oh, yes, it works. But I forgot the cable. We can reveal them. We just don't have the budget. Right. Okay. So you're getting into a large room. There's wisps of these flamey wisps floating around the room at the odd time. And illuminating the whole room, you see that there's a massive body of water. But because the earth is still shaking due to the massive happenings up on the surface, under the water is also having problems. So we got Robbie in stereo.
Welcome to my life.
All right. So Robbie is shifting over to his phone, which the frame rate is not quite as good as his laptop. Right. So you get to the tunnel entrance to the cavern. You observe all this, and in the distance you can see there are 4 humanoids walking a path through across the water to the other side of the cavern. 2 of them are carrying a stretcher, and 2 of them are just kind of keeping an eye out with slightly bulbous double-handed rifles in hand. But the other 2 are carrying a stretcher. There seems to be a body on the stretcher, but you can't quite see what it is. And just as you get to the tunnel entrance, Sharon falls over. So yeah. So what we can do is And just as you get to the tunnel entrance, what happens is Frank goes to go to his knee with his rifle and kick some stones, and they plunk into the water.
Oh, Frank.
All right, so Frank failed his stealth check. So have a discussion there while I sort something out for you guys.
Well done, Frank.
Would the tricorder be able to
Try
tell
and
if
stop
there's a
these
combat?
guys. There's a possibility that stretcher has more than them.
Say that again, Antoinette.
So, would the tricorder be able to tell if there was if we could try and read a combat reading to see if it was Morgan on the stretcher? Because that would probably be.
There's a good one for you, John. Is the tricorder picking up a ping from Morgan's comm badge by any chance?
Do a specific scan for the tricorder. Difficulty of 1.
Reason and science?
Yes. Well, insight.
Insight and science. Antoinette?
Because you know what you're looking for. It's difficulty of 1. So you're looking
17,
for dice.
so
Fine.
2 successes.
2 successes from Antoinette, so she's more than
Bank a point of momentum.
a point of momentum. So yes, you see that yes, it is indeed Morgan on the stretcher. You can see his comm badge. We can't see his comm badge, but you can
Detect his comm badge.
detect his comm badge. Yes. Right. So, but they now two of them with the rifles have made have made you, and they spin around, draw their rifles up, and aim in your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna take the
I'm going to take the minor action drop prone.
Okay, you've got the minor action drop prone. Okay. What else? What is everybody else doing?
Those minor action and
Yeah.
move behind something.
Take cover, yeah.
Okay.
Are we not in a position? We were already in a position to maybe stun these guys as soon as they turned around and made us. Can we do an action to fire at them and stun them?
No, because you were the one who alerted them.
Yeah, but we were still more aware of them first than they were of us.
It doesn't matter. You've now made them aware of you.
They don't know who we are. That's
All,
why
all that preparation we did was 10 meters back down the tunnel.
Exactly.
And then you kick the rock.
So
Okay.
So
Just so the guys are aware with regards to minor actions, if you take the minor action aim, it does give you advantage in combat in that you can reroll 1d20 for the attack for that turn. If you take the minor action draw item, you draw a weapon or any other item within reach. Drop prone makes the difficulty against you better, as in makes it more advantageous for you. Interact, you can interact with an object in the environment, which isn't really applicable here.
Except for the stone already.
You can move, you can prepare an action or prepare a task.
I didn't even do an action, and somehow I moved the stone.
Well, okay.
So, Antoinette, have you any minor actions?
Sorry, I will. I'll draw my weapon anyway.
You're going to draw your weapon. Cool.
I'm trying to open the book here.
Okay, let's draw your weapon.
Frank?
Oh, my weapon's drawn.
Weapon's free.
Do you want to move? Do you want to prepare? Do you want to aim? Do you want to drop prone?
I'll take aim.
Great.
Frank's taking aim. Okay, great. All right. So, okay. All right. Okay. Has anyone an old-fashioned set of headphone thingies?
Yes.
Yes.
No, like an old 3.1.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah. Ah, perfect. Right. Lovely. Hello. Okay. Now, I'm just going to do something here. Right. So you all got your positions. You're taking aim. So they fire. Some shots at you at the tunnel entrance. Okay.
Do you drop prone? Or did you
I dropped prone. Did I?
So you're all, so loads of you. So all of you are lying on the ground.
No, Antoinette drew a weapon and Frank is taking aim. So myself and Sharon have dropped prone.
Okay. All right. So it's a good thing Frank his phaser stayed. It's a good thing Frank's phaser stayed in his holster as he was covered in rocks. Yeah.
But we didn't bring one for him.
You didn't. I wouldn't have left without a phaser.
Yeah, but it was it's a good thing I allowed you to keep it in your pocket, as you Anyway, here we go. Let's see here. We got what is it again, Robbie? To fire phasers?
Security and daring or security and control.
Oh yes, security and control. Security and control. Yeah. Okay. And that is one.
Sorry, control and security. Yeah.
Control and security. Okay. They fire off 2 shots, 2 volleys, and they miss. So you can each one of them fires in your general direction and miss. The other guys take off. The guys with the stretcher take off.
Cool.
All right.
I'm gonna aim a stun shot at the guy one of the guys who shot at us.
Okay. All right. So roll to shoot.
This turn, because it was their turn just there, and it's back to our turn, I'm going to take the minor action aim.
Okay.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Okay,
So you hit him.
So you hit him. So roll to damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage and a load of effects.
Okay.
So with the charge effect, because I aimed, it means I get to apply one of the effects, and I'm going to apply the potentially intense effect. We'll have a look and see what that is. Sorry guys, bear with me just one sec.
There you go.
Antoinette, you don't have to. Oh, there we go. Yes, so the intense effect with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage for them to avoid.
Just in case that goes down again.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just to help everybody with the. Actually, will I swap it over to the other side? No, I'll leave it as it is. Leave it for tonight.
We'll figure out the streaming setup next time, guys.
Yeah, it was just kind of a last minute idea of, can we do it in person? And we all went, yeah, except for Antoinette, who had like life problems. Not problems, but life things. And, you know, how dare you have like other things to do except come and put on your Star Trek costumes and play Star Trek games? I mean, what sort of, this is ridiculous, Antoinette. I don't agree with it at all.
I'll make sure I don't have any life problems the next time.
You'll do better. You'll do better next time. Is that what you're saying?
I'll do better.
You do better. Okay, great. All right, so guys, you fired at them. You successfully. So how many?
7 damage.
7 damage. Can I have my pencil back, please? It's on the table.
It is.
Oh. 7 damage. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And
Now, as they've taken more than 5 stress in a single round, they have to avoid an injury.
Yes.
But the cost to avoid an injury, because I've used the intense effect, is 5 instead of just 1. Determination.
Ah, right, okay.
Which means they can't avoid an injury, which means they...
Unless I spend threat.
Ah.
Which I've just done. Okay, all right. So
making him spend threat.
Good thing I had all the threat. Right. But the person is still got... How many damage did you say?
7 stress.
7 stress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. All right. So... Frank, sorry, yes. So they shot, you shot Robbie. Sharon, you get to shoot.
Okay.
I haven't shot yet.
You haven't shot yet. Okay.
Well,
Want to shoot now?
it's 2 of us per turn. So 2 of us, then it's back to them, then it's back to us, then it's back to them. So between us, we must decide who is firing the next shot.
And what's the security and the area, is it?
No, security and control.
So I have 12. What have you got, Frank?
What's your security and control?
Security and control. Let's see. 11.
Okay, so I'm rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're getting it ready?
2. Hang on, no, that's on the slope and it's after rolling after you roll them. Sorry, you're gonna have to sit up for this one. Total of 1 success.
1 success. Okay. So it's 2 successes to
Yeah,
to
it's
hit.
difficulty 2.
2. Frank, you need to roll yours.
It's back to bad guys first.
Well, back to me. Woo! I get to shoot. All right. So, one of the guys is taking aim at Frank because he's standing up, and he successfully hits Frank with his rifle, and he gets what's his count again, Robbie? Sorry. How many? What's the damage? What's the damage count?
Depends what rifle's he using.
It's type 3.
Type 3?
Yeah.
And what's his security stat?
Security is 2.
So his damage, I believe, is 7. Just double check.
7 damage. 7 dice.
Just double check. 4 plus 2 is 6.
6. Okay.
And he has the accurate and charge effect. Did he take a minor action to aim?
He they got to 1 knee.
Cool.
So they took defensive positions.
No, what I mean is, did they take the prepare minor action to?
No. 4 plus 4. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
You have to charge or accurate.
Yeah. Charge. So.
Charge will allow you to apply a tense, piercing 2 or vicious 1.
Right. So Frank takes 8 damage, 8 stress, and his resistance is what?
0. We're not wearing any kind of body armor.
Okay, so his resistance is 0. It takes 3 stress and additional damage for each effect rolled. Okay, so so Frank takes 8 damage.
Which effect are you using?
Vicious.
Cool. So you're taking 8 damage, Frank, with the vicious. I don't have vicious here.
So vicious is the attack inflicts the number of additional damage for each effect rolled. So there was 5 basic damage
And 3 effects.
3 effects. So that's 8 for Frank.
So, Frank, you have 2 options to avoid an injury. You may either spend a point of determination, Or you may spend a point of momentum. I believe. Let me just double check.
Either way, if you don't avoid the injury, you're going down. So,
178.
Should have left me back in those rocks.
this is where combat gets really fun in D&D and all of the tabletop games.
What? Because you have to go looking through all the books for the precise little notes that you don't have off the top of your head.
Yep. Nope, we don't have enough momentum for you to avoid an injury, so you have to spend a point of determination if you want to avoid the injury.
All right.
Let's do that then.
Frank takes so Frank.
8 stress.
What's your stress total, Frank? Let me see your character sheet. So Frank's stress is stress all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Frank has 1 hit point left.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, hang on. Give me a look at that again. Determination, resistance is 0. You have no determination. So there's no determination. He's 1 hit point left, but you're not unconscious. So congratulations.
Every player starts each session with 1 point of determination.
Yeah.
So he spent that 1 point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's now down to 0 of his determination. Okay, so Frank has not fared very well, but it was quite obvious that Frank would be the one that would be shot because he's the one that made the noise. Because unfortunately for Frank, he had a complication of 18, 19, and 20, and he rolled an 18 and a 19 in one of his rolls. So therefore, things got complicated. Isn't that right, Frank? Robbie? All right, well, Robbie's still researching something.
Sorry.
Robbie's silly.
It is either Frank or Anton. It's back to us, I take it.
Yes.
Frank, Antoinette?
Antoinette,
Yes.
do you want to shoot?
Yes. Always.
Hailing frequencies open, Antoinette.
Yes. Where we so control and security, yeah, which is only a 9.
Yep. Difficulty is 2 to hit. Checking it out on roll 20.
Okay. Oh.
No successes. Antoinette misses. Down to Sharon.
Okay. Is it not Frank's?
Or
No.
Frank?
Or Frank. No, Frank's been hit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but he's used his determination to avoid the injury, which means he's still up.
So he's taking it. Okay, right. All right.
So you're
Because
still
it was
fire.
me and
Yeah,
you
well,
that-
Shaz can shoot first if she wants.
It really is. There's no actual
Yep.
logical order to
It's up to you. Whoever wants to go first. She wants to shoot first.
I might. Do you want to shoot?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so Frank, you're going to shoot.
Control and security, Frank,
Control and security.
which is 11, I believe, for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was it? 2 and 10?
Yeah.
Right, so Frank successfully shoots.
2 successes.
2 successes. And he gets to roll 6 dice. What's your security, Frank?
Got a type 2 phaser, yeah.
Type 2 phaser. What's your
That's 2 phaser, yeah.
security?
Security 2.
2.
5 dice.
5 dice. So roll those and then roll 1 more. And let me know what the things are. All right. So 3 effects, 2 hits, 3 effects. Roll that again.
The effect is charged, but he didn't take the minor action to aim, so
Nothing there. All right. So and another effect. So 4 effects and 2. That's it's so 4 effects and 2 hits. That's 6 hits?
6 damage.
6 damage. Right. So 6 damage on the guy on the left. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. All right, my go. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, my go for Sharon's go. All right, so So the guys decide, as the guys with the stretcher, they run ahead. They continue on down the dark path and make it into another tunnel. So they are carrying Morgan on a stretcher, and they've decided to look like the two vultures from Bedknobs and Broomsticks during the soccer game, and they're running us. They're getting away. So the two other Bajorans with the rifles, they decide to make a staggered retreat. So they're getting up and they're taking aim as they're going backwards. All right, so they're making up ground, but they're retreating away from you guys. And the first guy makes a hit, and this time around we're gonna if it's on a hit, I'm gonna roll this dice. On a hit, it goes to Frank. On an effect, I'm going to split it between Robbie and Sharon. Okay, it's a hit, so it goes on to Frank.
Still need to roll your damage.
So, and he's rolling for his damage, which is 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on Frank.
Frank, you've taken an injury.
Frank has taken an injury. He spent his determination. Robbie's fallen over.
I was so shocked by Frank taking an injury.
All right. How you doing there, Antoinette?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're all good?
I'm good. Is it my turn? What are we doing?
It will be in a minute.
Okay.
You carry on. Frank is basically unconscious.
Frank is unconscious. All right, Antoinette, I've had a go. So, Antoinette, it is your go.
Well, they're still in range, are they? For firing?
What?
Seriously.
Are they still in range?
Yes, they're still in range. Yep.
Okay, I forgot earlier on as well to use my Dauntless. So I have to actually die for. I'm presuming I'm threatened at the moment.
Yeah, you're quite threatened at the moment. Yes. You miss. So that's 0 successes for Antoinette. She's doing really well with her phaser skills today. It's a good thing she can understand that they're the people she's chasing are not quite human. Morgan is really happy that you're on the away team right now, Antoinette. So he's like, "Yeah, Antoinette's here." Oh. Okay, so back to me. Huh?
Antoinette's a shot.
Yeah.
Just 2 of us have to shoot on our turn.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. So, Robbie, do you think?
I'm using the prepare action for my. Sorry, I'm using the aim minor action first.
Okay.
I'm taking aim at one of the guys shooting back at us.
Okay.
Not the guy Frank shot. The other one.
The other one, the guy who's unscathed.
Yes.
Okay.
Bugger. Oh, but because I got 1 success.
Yeah.
But because I took my aim minor action, I
Mhm.
can reroll 1 d20.
Okay.
Control and security gives me 15, and that was a 13 and a 10 on the rerolls.
Okay.
So 2 successes.
So you hit.
Yes.
Okay. So roll your damage. Maybe spin the iPad around so we can see you.
Oh yes, sorry. 1 sec, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a terrible roll. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 damage. Okay, 6 damage. Okay, he gets shot. He weathers it well. But he's taking 6 damage. Oh wait, hang on. That was a stun, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that guy has collapsed. All right.
Yep.
That guy's on the ground.
Cool.
He's now stunned and incapacitated. The other guy seems to leave him behind. They continue on down the tunnel. Right. So you guys can make your way across if you wish.
It's back to you though.
That's back to me. So the guy's quite kind of pissed. So he's going to make a retreat, a shooting retreat at you, and he does, and he's so he rolls for damage. So it's between you and Frank.
Well, what's he rolled?
3 successes.
Just double checking.
I don't have to tell you. All right, that was for you.
Cool.
So it's on you. So he's rolling 7 damage. That is 3 or 5.
5 stress. I
Five
shall
stress.
spend my point of determination.
You spend your
to
point of
avoid
determination
injury.
and make sure you notice that then
Yes.
your stress. Okay. All right. So that's another round. So they are, as he backs away through the tunnels. Excuse me. He's making his way. They make their way into the tunnel on the other side of the cavern. All right. So you have a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Antoinette. So as you have a moment, and you've still got those flamey things spinning around in at the top of the cavern as well. All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I can use my tricorder to see if we can get some readings.
Well, we
of
need to
the-
administer first aid to Frank because
I don't mind
he's
Frank.
dying.
Sorry,
He's
yeah.
unconscious
I got that unconsciousness got serious.
again.
Again, yeah. Well, then I'll do the first aid if somebody else wants to do the sensor readings.
So
Since I have emergency medicine, so I first aid Frank.
Yes, you can first aid Frank, and then you can second aid Robbie. And you
No,
can
I'm
third
good.
aid. Okay, so you can take a few moments.
What am I? Do I need to roll? What am I rolling for?
I'm good.
All right, so attempting a task. All right, so it should be.
It's a difficulty 2. First aid is a difficulty 1. Daring and medicine.
Daring and medicine.
7. 11.
Where's that pencil?
No, 2 successes.
2 successes. Congratulations. So, can we give more stress points back to Frank with 2 successes?
No, that's just to first aid is stabilized but remains incapacitated.
You're not going to die, Frank. Frank's not going to die. So Frank's unconscious right now, is he? He's
Pretty
not.
much.
Frank's another dead weight.
So I was unconscious earlier, and after this, I'm still unconscious.
Yeah, they woke.
What a waste of time.
They woke you up, and then you got shot, so you're unconscious again. So right, okay, so
Now, Antoinette, if you want to try and heal him, it's a control and medicine task with a difficulty of 2.
okay,
Now, it's going to incorporate factors such as the tools available, the place where the treatment's being performed, and the number of injury-related complications the patient is suffering from. As Frank is already suffering a complication,
mm-hmm.
I would say it's probably a difficulty 3.
Sure.
What's your control and medicine like?
It is control 8 medicine 12.
12. All right. Now, to help you with this, you can spend or give me threat.
Okay.
Because with 3, you've only got 2 dice. You've no determination. You've no. You've one
momentum.
banked momentum. So to increase your chances,
We can spend threat. We can give him threat.
You can give me 1 or 3 threat to get 1 or 2 dice.
How many do we have?
You have 1 momentum, so you have 1 extra dice. But if you want to get like 4 dice, you'll have to spend a momentum and a threat. And if you want your maximum of 5 dice, no momentum and 3 threat.
How damaged are you, Frank? Are we looking at?
I'm unconscious now.
You're unconscious. Okay.
I think you need to wake him up.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get the 4 dice and then use the momentum.
Okay.
Okay.
So spend your momentum, and it's a threat to me.
As much as I hate to say it, it's actually 2 threat to you, John. It's a cumulative effect.
Oh,
whether we're
yes,
spending.
because it's the second dice. Well, lovely.
Yes.
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. So all good there with Antoinette. So you can give back stress.
It is remove 1 complication and additional complications. It
Jazz.
doesn't actually say how much stress, so I would assume he goes back to full.
Yeah, okay. We'll take that. Somebody can argue that in the comments if they wish. I'm happy enough with that. So she's giving you emergency medicine, a whole heap of hypo sprays, so you're not stressed anymore. Okay.
A whole heap of make it up as you go along zine is now.
make a 10 cc's of make it up zine. All right. So yes. So Frank, you're already good to go again. All right. So you enter the so I presume you entered the cavern now to trail after the guys.
Well, I was just going to say, bearing the time in mind and how long we've been going, it's probably.
Yep. We got just a little bit more to go.
Might as well trail after them.
All right. So you trail after them. So you enter this small little cavern, and you notice that up ahead, the wisps of
Take a quick running scan as we go past the wisps.
Okay, you see that when you take a scan, that you're getting quite a significant amount of chronoton radiation. Chronotons are coming from those little whatever they are.
Noping the hell away from chronoton energy.
Huh?
I am noping the hell away from chronoton energy. Nope. No time travel.
So you notice that these wisps of chronoton, red orange chronoton energy is going through little holes, little honeycomb holes on the other side of as you get to the other side of the cavern. You can see that they're passing through in and out from this cavern to the next cavern, or through the wall, presumably through another different type of tunnel system. All right, so you continue on. You cross over the large body of water in the middle. There's a unconscious Bajoran on the ground with a phaser rifle at his feet. You taking it?
I am yoinking that stuff.
Okay,
Give me that
so
phaser
you
rifle.
pick up a Type 3 phaser, a Bajoran phaser rifle.
Cool.
As per Deep Space Nine, and so make a note on the log.
Yep.
You continue on. You hear up ahead that the footsteps have increased in speed. So they're now on a lumbered jog ahead.
Does this phaser rifle have a flashlight on it?
Yes, it does.
Cool. I'm going to take the minor action aim and shoot them.
Okay, you're going to try and shoot them.
Shoot one of them in the back.
All right. Okay. Go for it. It's at long range now, so because they've made
Have a threat.
Okay. Long range.
Control and security gives me 15. And because I'm taking the aim and minor action, I can reroll one of my d20s.
Okay.
Oh, rerolling that right away. 2 successes.
I'm guessing that was a 20.
Yes, it was.
All right. So you hit him, obviously.
That's why we take the aim minor action, folks.
What did we say it was?
It's a phaser rifle, so I have a security of 5 and the damage is 4, which means mine is 9.
Okay. That's why he's the security officer.
Dropping the dice everywhere.
Don't. Well, actually, put her under the couch because then I get a free one. You don't know how hard these are to get. These Starfleet dice. Robbie got a load of them in his space in his Borg cube thing.
10.
No, you cannot buy these at the moment. They're not available.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage.
10 damage. You stun him. He's unconscious.
Cool.
I'm not even gonna look because fucking he's unconscious. He's fallen over.
He's down.
He's down.
It's literally a case of.
Yep. So he's you phasered the guy with the rifle because he stopped for a moment to spin around to take aim at you.
Yep.
You got him first because he stopped and just dropped into your sight. The other two guys with the stretcher, they disappear off down the tunnel around the corner. So they're now out of view. Okay. So are you going? So what are you going to do now? After the guys?
Frank, you're technically in charge.
Yeah, these two guys are carrying the stretcher. Let's rush forward to the corner and see where we can go from there.
Okay.
Stack up on the corner.
Stack up on the corner. So you have like one head, another head, another head. You all look around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
All right. So you get to the corner and you notice that this is there's a slightly shorter tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get into this tunnel, you see that from the other sides, as you walk up to the corner, you notice that the next section of cavernous tunnel has loads of honeycombs in the ceiling, little holes, and other tunnels from the side, and these little fire wisps are crossing over, and every now and again, one or two go over your head.
Back down the tunnel towards where we
They
came
keep
from.
going back to the water cavern and going forward ahead of where you are. And they're crossing over. And there's there's more of them ahead than there are behind.
Okay.
All right.
Creepy. Anyone?
All right. So what do you want to do now?
Do we see the two boys ahead of us?
You can just see them trailing off around another corner up ahead.
Are they within range?
No. Well, they are within range. A phaser. How far is a phaser for?
Cool.
They're long range.
Cool. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Okay.
Have a threat.
Right.
You're on to
And I'm taking the minor action aim.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I'm taking the minor action prepare. Because the phaser rifle has the accurate trait, which allows me to reroll all the dice.
Okay. All right.
You got carried away with yourself.
Rules lawyers, folks. And it's just as well I did. Okay, 2 successes.
Okay. You managed to hit.
Leave Morgan alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You knock out one of the guys on the back of the stretcher. He crumples to a heap, and the other guy drops the stretcher. Morgan rolls off the stretcher,
Mm-hmm.
and in a crumpled heap,
Yep.
takes damage himself.
Mm-hmm.
So just blame him.
He takes an injury, Morgan. You've taken an injury.
Morgan takes a small injury. You hear voices calling. A guy shouts, and you hear multiple footsteps up ahead. And around the corner protrudes a phaser rifle. All right.
Would our rock face be providing us any cover?
Slight cover. Yeah.
What's the resistance on that?
Yeah, it's just be 1, so it just increases the difficulty by 1.
No, it gives us cover gives us a resistance dice.
Oh, A1.
Well, it depends. If we're
It's minor cover.
cool, so that is. Sorry, give me 1 sec. You can blame Antoinette for this, by the way, because she asked me about rules. So cover.
All right. So who we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Frank 1, Antoinette 2, and then an effect is one of you two. And you're all fine because he misses, but he hits the ceiling above you.
Cool.
And the rocks start to fall. So the ceiling, because it's all unstable anyway, starts to crumble around you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? You don't need to look up resistance anymore because he's.
No, I know, but
he's
just more for usefulness in the future. But we can't stay here.
Yeah, we need to move forward.
Okay. All right. So you're moving forward. Another Bajoran arrives around the corner. So there's 2 more Bajorans have appeared besides the guy who just shot the ceiling. All right. So there's 3 of them ahead of you, and another guy has come and they've rolled Morgan back on the stretcher, and they're running down the corridor. But you have 3 guys at the top of the tunnel.
Cool. Prepare minor action and pew pew.
Pew pew. Off you go. Pew pew.
Oh, nice. 3 successes from 2 dice.
Good. What? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you, momentum.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
He's unconscious. Right, so the guy in the middle collapses down. Proper Star Trek style. Frank, your turn to shoot.
Control and security.
Are you taking any minor actions or anything?
Control and security.
Are you taking any minor actions, spending threat or momentum? Because you're. You don't.
We do.
Oh, you do.
I just banked it.
All right, so you got a momentum because the difficulty is 3 because you're running and shooting. You're running and gunning.
Ah, he's running and gunning,
Yeah.
not me.
He's running and gunning.
I stop and aim.
Yeah, Robbie went. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. 11 for you, I believe.
Frank needs glasses. We got rid of Frank's. We healed Frank's
Complications.
Yes, Grant. Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah. So Frank, you miss, and you gain a complication because you rolled a 20. So Frank also misses and hits the wall of the
wall of the cavern. Causing
right.
fun collapsing.
All right, Chaz, you can shoot.
Okay, I have
So
12.
that would be the ceiling over the Bajorans.
Yeah.
Sure, that's having an effect on them.
No.
And a minor action to stop and take aim.
Yes.
You can prepare because you're using a
Yeah.
phaser rifle, so
Okay.
it has the accurate trait, so you can stop and
All right.
prepare.
So it's going to be with the situation that Frank has just created, where he's created a large crack in the ceiling of the entire tunnel.
Well done, Frank.
It's a difficulty of 3 because you're now very aware of the roof coming in on top of you.
Just give him a threat.
Okay. Well, have I still only got 2 dice?
If you give him a threat, you've got 3.
Okay, we'll give him a threat. So. And
You need 3
have
successes.
12 as well.
3 successes.
3 successes. Well done, Sharon. All right, roll for damage.
Many so 5, is it?
Well, you're using a Type 3 phaser rifle. Your security is 1, and it's 5 damage dice for you. Yes.
5 damage for Sharon.
2 damage.
2 damage.
An effect.
And an effect. Okay. And the effect is.
There are 2 effects that you can choose from. The charge effect, because she doesn't need the accuracy effect. So you can either apply area, which is going to affect multiple targets with 2 damage. Intense, which is going to increase his cost to avoid an injury, which isn't really relevant here. Piercing, which does an extra point of which negates any resistance he has. Does he have any resistance?
No.
Or vicious, which does 1 extra damage for every effect roll, so it would make it up to 3 damage as opposed to 2 damage.
Best guess.
Vicious.
So
So 3
I
damage.
figured that. Damage. Yeah. Okay, he's still standing though, so he's okay. Antoinette, you get fire? No, actually, sorry, he gets the fire back.
Yep.
All right.
And anyone else who's with him, so we've just taken 3 turns, so technically.
Yeah. So there's 2 guys still standing. And he hits. Guy number 1 hits, and guy number 2 hits, and he rolls for damage, and
Both using rifles.
both using rifles.
4 plus security.
4 plus security, which is yes. So that's 3. 3 for the first guy. All effects. So that's 6 damage
Against.
Frank. No, sorry, not Frank. Antoinette. It's against Antoinette.
So Antoinette, because you've taken more than 5 stress, and we don't have any momentum to spend. If you're gonna take an injury, which is gonna bring your complication range from 20 to 19,
Okay. How much
Okay.
stress?
unless you avoid the injury.
Unless you spend your 1 point of determination that you have.
No, I have a plan for that in a second.
You have what?
I need my determination for my plan.
Sorry,
it's for your plan. Okay.
my apologies.
You've got a plan.
Yes, but my apologies. An
And then
injury
I will-
incapacitates the target and they can no longer act. So it's more a case that if you take the 5 stress, you're unconscious.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, my plan will.
So with you,
I need my
Antoinette, it's
determination.
either
Yeah.
spend the determination or go unconscious.
I will spend my determination and abandon.
My
my
determination. All right. So, and then the other guy, he does his thing, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10. And that is on Flora.
Cool.
So 10 damage on Flora. 10 stress on Flora. She falls unconscious. Unless you spend her determination. What are you doing,
Sorry.
Flora?
What are we doing with Flora?
Flora, it's you spend her determination.
Her determination.
I think
is-
she goes unconscious.
Yeah.
If she goes unconscious, can Antoinette use her determination?
No.
No.
She can either spend her determination or go unconscious.
That's,
Yeah, she spends her determination.
Okay, she's still unconscious. Okay. All right. So moving on. So you guys get to shoot.
Cool. Pew pew.
Pew 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 pew. Now you could be running closer.
Oh, I'm going to stay at range because it's a phaser rifle. So I have to
Okay,
run.
but the cavern is collapsing around you.
Oh bugger.
Because sorry, Frank shot the shot this evening, and so did the other guy. The Bajoran shot the around you, and so
I'm
did
going to use my minor action of movement,
Okay. All right. The minor action of movements.
which means I don't have my aim or my charge or any of that fun stuff.
Right.
But
Lovely stuff.
still difficulty 2.
You're getting closer. That's why it's difficulty 2.
2 successes.
All right, 2 successes. Lovely stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's unconscious. So he's done.
That's mine. Who
Okay,
else?
who's next? Shoot next.
okay.
Yep, go ahead, Chaz.
So,
Minor action movement.
minor action to take. No, not to take aim to get ready. No.
I would say minor action movement because the ceiling's coming in on top of us.
Oh, so minor action movement.
Yeah.
And run and take aim.
Control and security.
12.
1 success.
1 success.
That's not-
Sharon.
That's not me, this is me.
Control is 11 and security is 1, so 12. Yeah, 1 success.
So Sharon misses. Frank, your go.
All right.
No,
No?
I guess. 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
Oh, right, okay. So there's only one bite guy left. He misses.
Frank, or me, or Sharon, or Antoinette.
Yeah, so who wants to shoot?
Will let Antoinette have a go second as well?
Antoinette?
Yeah.
You want to shoot him?
So I'll use my.
Well, you're going to
dogs.
need to move your minor. You're going to need to use your minor action to move.
My minor action move. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you're all jogging and firing at the same time because the cavern's collapsing. There's only one way, and you're just shooting at the guys up ahead of you. So you're doing your best to dodge and weave through the phaser fire. But you've knocked out 2 guys, like true Starfleet heroes. You've 2 of the Bajorans are unconscious up ahead, but there's still one guy that's popping in and out behind the rock to shoot at you guys as you're running.
how far away is one zone?
One zone.
Yeah, for a sprint.
You want to sprint and knock him over?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, all right. Try something new. Go ahead. Yeah, difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
Do you know how that works? Conflict spans.
There's a character.
What are you trying to do, Antoinette? Sorry.
I'm gonna sprint.
She's trying to bulldog him.
So it's another task. I would say melee combat, so daring and security with a difficulty of 1, opposed by his daring and security.
Yep.
Yeah, the sprint lets you go all the way across. So daring and security, yeah.
Yep.
This is a full action instead of a minor action, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because sprint is a full action, so that was kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will just reduce that down, and then I have my dauntless as well, so I get the additional dice.
Okay.
I'm threatened.
Go ahead.
I feel very threatened.
1 success.
1 success.
He gets 1 success.
So he is considered to have made the successful attack. So he gets his melee damage, which is 1 damage dice.
1. Just
plus his security.
Plus security was 3. 3 damage. Antoinette, you get 3 damage.
So he just rifle butts you as you come towards him, like.
Yeah. So, the iPad died.
No, it's turned off.
Huh? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
He rifle butts Antoinette and she takes 3 damage. So Frank, minor action, move and get up here. And shoot.
That's it. Let's go.
Frank gets another complication.
Any successes?
Are you giving me weighted dice by any chance?
What was the other number that you rolled?
What's that?
What was the other number that you rolled?
It doesn't matter. It'd be a difficulty 2, so he can't succeed.
Yeah, you can't succeed anyway. So yeah, you run up and you fall flat in your face.
Cool. His turn.
His turn. All right. So he continues to fight with Antoinette.
So daring and security for melee attacks.
Yeah. Which is it's the same thing. Nope. There's only 1 success. Oh, it's 1 success.
But because he's made a melee attack, Antoinette gets to make a daring and security roll.
Daring and security, roll your 2 dice. Beat
1.
by 1.
Oh yeah, 2 dice.
All you
2
need
dice.
is 1 success, to be honest. No successes. He wins.
He wins. So
Oh,
1 plus his security rating.
1 damage. Antoinette. Okay.
I see him starting to knock 7 shades of shit out of Antoinette, so I'm going to take the minor action of prepare.
Sure.
And pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Oh, re-rolling that. 3 successes.
3 successes. You're fine. Roll your damage.
But that's a momentum as well, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But it was nearly a 20, so I nearly shot Antoinette in the back.
Yeah, don't do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. He's not quite down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But he's taken more than 5 damage, so he must spend a determination to avoid an
He
injury,
doesn't have any determination.
which means he takes an injury and is considered
So,
incapacitated.
so he has a glass jaw, and you've smashed him in the face. All right. Okay. And okay. So he's down on the ground. There's like 3 more phaser rifles.
Cool. Hand out phaser rifles to everybody.
Everyone's got a phaser rifle now. Joran phaser rifles, except Sharon, who's got a single Federation phaser rifle.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just make a note of that. You see that there's another short corridor, and the intent, the fire energy is just it's increased in the area in the tunnel. The place is shaking quite violently at this stage, and you don't struggle to keep your feet, but it really is like a constant earthquake that won't stop. So you see up ahead that there is a chamber with that's quite well lit, you see that there are more bodies up ahead, and you see the just in the distance, because it's so well lit, you can see some of the Bajorans taking Morgan and placing him on some sort of plinth. It could be an altar or something like that. You see also that he's not the only one. There's other bodies. There's 3 other bodies on other altars around. And in the very middle of this pentagram, shaped central section. There is the Vedic that you greeted back at the encampment, the guy who you spoke to all those months ago, and his name was Jarda Eros. So you see Eros standing in the middle, and he is wearing a kind of heavy cream robe. And he is standing there in the kind of standard prayer pose, and he seems to be chanting quite loudly to the entire cavern. It seems as you get closer, there's other Bajorans around with phaser rifles standing guard. You can't get an accurate count of them right now, but you can see that he's standing on a pillar of stone in the middle of this cavern with a great abyss of a moat around, and there's only one walkway across, one kind of bridge over Khazad-dûm, kind of stone bridge across to the central section of this cavern. You also see that as you approach the entrance to the cavern, you look up and you see in the ceiling that this particular cavern seems to be open to the sky as well, and there is a significant amount of fire, of wisps of red orange energy circling the room. Flowing in, flowing out, going in and out through the honeycomb and the ceiling and the dome. You can see that obviously you've been noticed. The guys know you're here, so you can see other Bajorans taking up their weapons and coming towards you. You can now hear, because you're closer range, you can now make out what the Universal Translator is making out what Eros is saying. And as he chants, his voice speaks loudly. Come to us, O Lords of Fire. The prophets of the celestial temple have abandoned and failed us. Come, take hold of these vessels we bring you. Let us free you of the confines of your prison, so that we may be free, so that you may free us from the torment of the devils. Costamogen, we call thee. Costamogen, help us be free. And he chants that over and over and over again as the Bajorans run towards you.
And it goes to black.
To be concluded, or to be continued. That is the end of tonight's episode. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of running and gunning. There's a little bit of phaser fire this evening. Any thoughts there at the end? Any follow-ups? Antoinette, anything from you?
No, I'm just wondering now what type of beings are these fire beings going to be that he thinks.
Oh, yeah, I reckon we need to do a little research on the parade.
I know I'm good at the pew-pews.
You good at the pew-pews?
Yeah, boy.
What did I just... Hang on, I think I just lost Antoinette on my... Can you still hear?
I can
I'm
hear
here.
you.
Oh, yeah, there you are. There you are. Yeah, sorry. I've lost Robbie and Sharon from the stream. So, yeah, Frank, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're dealing with the parade. So, I'm sure we must have some information since Cisco's departure as to what they are and what possibilities we may have in dealing with them.
Okay.
But I've been thinking parade since you started talking about fire wisps.
Okay, very good. Very good. Robbie's about to rejoin us here. He's coming around to my camera.
Him evil.
Me
Him evil. But I good at pew-pews.
Well, you knocked out a fair amount of Bajorans. 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 They're not Ajorans. They're Bajorans now.
Jesus, they're
Bajorans now.
There be Bajorans here. There be Bajorans here. Captain, there be Bajorans here.
Captain Bajorans here. Jesus, no. Look at that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Kyle. So, guys, that's the end of it for Alpha Shift for this this. I was going to say situation. This situation. Well done to the guys. Thanks so much to the guys for actually coming out. It's been great to be out here in person to hang out in the cabin. Except for Antoinette, who thought we were all smelly and didn't want to be in the room with us at all. The last word from PJ, who follows us on YouTube. These are absolutely great to have in the background while tackling HQ missions. Well done, everyone. Good hustle, Slán Awalia. Thanks, PJ. And then Facebook user, who's this Facebook user? I don't know who's that last comment from, but anyway, thank you very much. I presume it's Zap.
Andrew.
Oh, it's Andrew. Yeah, it's Brannigan. So yes, thank you for that, Brannigan. It's great. So next up, the next episode, which episode 10, in the next few weeks, will be with Beta Shift. And so, as you know, Beta Shift are on board the ship, but they're not currently on the Cuchulain. They're currently on the USS Nova, back at Utopia Planitia Yards many years ago. So there's some other stuff afoot for Beta Shift. So we will deal with that particular story in the next episode. And then after that, we should hopefully be coming close to the concluding episode. And we'll see how the crew fare at we'll see how the concluding episode fares in that regard. Okay, any last comments, guys? No?
I hate technology sometimes.
No, we got by for what we needed to do. I mean, we finally got Frank logged in. I mean, me doing my own Uhura impression here, I can hear Antoinette. Just poor Sharon ended up with all the mobile devices over in the corner.
I've been very, very good at pretending that I can hear everything that's going on, but right now all I can hear is Jono. The bandwidth on my phone is so terrible at the moment that literally I'm getting broken and broken and broken.
Which I think means that Robbie's phone is going fuck you to the amount of information that's being fed to it. So without further ado, thanks to Sharon, Robbie, and Frank for coming in person, and thanks very much to Antoinette for joining us from afar, and thanks very much to everybody who's been watching. That's it. That's the end of it. Take care, and we'll look out for the announcements of the next one.
Take it easy, guys.